So before we start, G, there's no delay on my side, right?
No, you're good.
Nah, you
Good.
Though we've started and everybody heard you.
Hey, Kamal, what city in South Africa you in? Johannesburg?
Yeah, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Okay.
But like the real Johannesburg or like near Johannesburg?
You stay in the rich
Bro,
area.
inner city Johannesburg, bro.
Okay, word.
Nah, we heard you stay in the rich area, man.
Man, my ancestors have been here for more than
And like that, we're back with another Unpacked presented to you by the To Be Fair Show and
The GSH podcast.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
all right. So as y'all see, we got a full panel today. This feel like the one of the OG episodes. But what better way to have a conversation about the continent than with some people from the continent? And today we're going to talk about the whole issue that's happening over in South Africa. It's Operation Kamu. How you say it again? Dula. And
there we go.
okay, all right. And we're going to speak about it. Can Pan-Africanism survive xenophobia? Is this xenophobia? Is there a valuable perspective from both sides? Is this the South Africans kowtowing to the white colonial settlers that's there? Are the Nigerian immigrants really as bad? Is this black people punching down? Is this South Africans remixing FBA rhetoric? I don't know. But before we get into all of that, y'all see the guys. We're going to introduce the entire panel, and then we're going to get to it. G, talk to us.
What's good, everybody? It's G, host of the GSH podcast, where we focus on family, friends, finances, freedom, and our future. Forget about everything else. Check it out wherever you get your pod. Search GSH POD. Hi.
All right. Beside him, a third of the To Be Fair Show, host of the To Be Fair Show, catching riding with Benny the Butcher and Johnny P's Caddy. What's going on, brother?
What up, family? Hey, we got a good one lined up. I'm looking forward to, we got something going on in the motherland. I ain't as versed, but we got some, people to, give some perspective. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be a great discussion.
Okay. The mayor of Charlotte, or former mayor of Charlotte, Mr. Black is Gold. Hey, Black, talk to us. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's nice to have a full house. Nice conversation. So yeah, I'm chilling. You know where I'm at. Instagram, Facebook, kicking it.
All right. And beside him, we do have two guests to the panel. We're going to start off with one of our regulars, South Africa's own Mr. Killer. My bad. I ain't going to go there. We are talking about Kamu. What's going on, brother?
Yeah. How's it, gents, and how's it, lady? Yeah, my name is Kamu Muloi. I'm from what is called South Africa, but it's Azania, man. A country without a name, at least for now. I'm glad to be here.
Okay. And new to the show, it says Desi Baby. I'm gonna allow her to introduce herself. What's going on?
Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Des. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm a first generation Nigerian who goes back home pretty frequently and I'm a dual citizen. I actually just got back less than a month ago. I've been out there for some time. So yes, that's the perspective I'm coming from tonight. I hope you guys are having a good night.
Yep. Okay. All right. So with
I think we
that
got somebody
said,
else backstage.
their thing hasn't came up yet.
Mm.
Oh, well, they not backstage.
But yeah, we gonna welcome Poe to the stage whenever he gets here. But with that said, I do want to allow both of our guests to kind of give their POV to kind of start us off. Where we do have again the South African issue, and there's a lot of tension between South Africans and almost, I wouldn't say isolated too, but especially towards Nigerians. So I'll start off by asking, where do you stand on the issues of immigration and commerce in the South African region right now with the current uprising? Talk to us. We'll start with Kamu.
Yo, man. So yeah, South Africa has an issue right now of an influx, uncontrollable influx of illegal. Number one, which translates into one being automatically a criminal. Illegal foreigners, mostly from the continent, but we also have some Asians who are also part of that. And due to failure of government to control the situation and the corruption of government and the South African police services, um, we end up being in this position where the citizens of the country feel it is necessary to take action upon themselves, which is what forces the government to kind of listen to us. And unfortunately, for people who are not in this situation, who are perceiving this from outside, they label these acts as xenophobia. But there is also ground to that because we have had a series of attacks over the past years, and I guess that happened because we have treated fellow Africans as invaders, not understanding also from our part that Africa, in and of itself, has a unique issue going on. But now there are the the dealing with illegal immigrants in 2026 sort of come with a different how do I put it? It comes with a different approach because now people have actual understanding of international politics and a broader perspective of what's going on in the continent, which is why when these quote and unquote attacks started, I said this time around it will be different, and I it was very prophetic of me because we are seeing different results. Of course, um, uh, 2 months later, we are seeing responses from different African countries, giving us attention on this issue, which is something that has never happened before. I mean, the first uh, attacks that were brutal happened in 2008, right before heading towards 2010 FIFA World Cup. We had a brutal attack of xenophobia where people were burned alive, people were attacked, stores were looted because
My
I
bad.
guess
And
at the
so
time
two things,
a
Hey,
Kamu.
Kamo,
population.
you can't filibuster,
Yeah,
nigga.
I'm about to say
Damn.
two things. One, I'm gonna put a timer up in a second, but just get we was trying to get like kind of like your more succinct POV on the current issue.
He trying to
But all
dominate
right,
with
so
South
you said
Carolina talk. Or
you
was it not South Carolina? South Africa talk.
right.
I was gonna say, like, leave us out of that, bro. Leave us out of
But you said that
it.
attacks and xenophobia, these attacks were from like South Africans towards Nigerians or what? Or it was like other countries
I thought it was
towards South Africa?
Yeah,
Ghanaians.
no. It was attacks. The first attacks that happened in 2008. It was South Africa against everyone else who's not South African.
Okay.
That's
It
black or
wasn't
that's white
specifically.
too?
It wasn't specifically Ghana.
Well,
It-
no, it wasn't specifically anyone, just anyone who is a
So
foreigner.
did so were these
But of
attacks
course,
towards the So were these attacks towards any of the Asian, Indian, or white immigrants as well?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
wouldn't
it
say
was just
white.
everybody.
I wouldn't say white, but of course
Okay.
Asian and you know, yeah.
Okay. All right. So really quick. Well, not really
China
quickly.
may be over there too.
Desi, I'm a throw you to the top and talk to us. Give us your opinion as a Nigerian that visits the homeland from time to time. Where do you stand at when it comes down to this current issue conflict that's happening in South Africa? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I don't feel good about it at all. That's one of the reasons why I've never even visited. Like, I've gone to several other African countries, but South Africa just never really like struck my interest because I always felt like they see me as American first because even in Nigeria, they see me as American first. So that's not the issue of feeling like, oh, I'm Nigerian. They'll feel some type of way. But it's very hard for me to reconcile with the fact that if I go to an African country, there's going to be an abundance of white people and they're taking up space and they're usually the 1%. And you see people that look like me in subservient roles. And that's not a vacation to me. That sounds like hell. So
Hmm.
I've just never felt very inclined to visit, and because I also feel like I'd be uncomfortable. However, I hear Cape Town is gorgeous. Cape Town is very gorgeous. I need to go, and I want to be outside of that mindset. But that's where I'm at. But I love South African culture. I love. There's so many good artists that are from South Africa. The language is beautiful. I feel like the people. I feel like South African women are some of the most beautiful women in Africa. Like there's a lot to appreciate with that culture. That's why it makes me sad when I think about where we are right now in 2026. But I'm not that like shocked either because America is not doing any better. So these are new countries and there's a lot of kinks that they need to figure out. And that's me saying it lightly.
Okay. All right. Go ahead,
Q.
Kamal.
Yeah, the sister talking about Cape Town, man. You guys, when I say, oh my God, and I promised myself I'm never gonna say you guys, but Black Americans are flooding Cape Town right now, and I think you're gonna catch the smoke too. You can carry on.
You say you think what's gonna happen?
Hey, look, I tell you right now.
I missed the last line.
What did
Go
he
catch
say?
this
He
bug
said
too.
that they gonna catch the smoke too. But I'm telling you, Kamu, you think you gonna attach some niggas out in Cape Town? Y'all ass is gonna end up
Yeah,
in the river, nigga.
that's his
Don't play.
brass.
Don't
Yeah.
play. This ain't
Nah,
what you want.
And it
Yeah,
shouldn't even be
we
like
turned
that.
American real quick.
This ain't what you want.
when the trouble
Why don't
starts, we
you
get
threaten
American
white
real
people
quick.
like this? You don't threaten white people like this?
Nah.
All right. So I guess one of the first points that we can kind of move to, I guess you would say, is, and I'll start with you, Kamu. I'm gonna put a timer on you too. Is this an emotional reaction or is this an effective long-term strategy? So right now, when we look at wealth distribution inside South Africa, when we look at population distribution in South Africa, there is a 4% group that owns about like a tiny fraction of what we say like wealth inside South Africa. And there's a 7% group that owns like 65% or some shit like that of wealth in South Africa. And it does seem interesting that the target is this 4% that owns a very minute amount. Do you think that you're blaming the wrong minority when it comes down to what seems to be systemic and institutional issues for the quality of life of South Africans?
I think there's a basis to your statement.
Okay.
To say, I mean, it's not something we shy away from. The fact that South Africa's economic dynamic is slightly, you know, challenging. But what we are doing right now is to clean house in order to deal with those issues because it becomes very difficult for us to address even the original. What's the original sin of South Africa? The original sin of South Africa is the dispossession of land, right? Now it becomes very difficult for us to address that issue when we have people that look like us and try to make the same claim as though they understand our pain or they are in the same boat with us. So yes, I do acknowledge the things you are bringing up, and but I guess
So, like as
we
you
wanna
continue, just as you continue going, you said dispossession of land, but when it comes down to land ownership, doesn't that 7% own a majority of the land in comparison to this 4% that owns again a minute amount of it comparatively?
no, those stats are not true. Let me help you with the
Oh,
land
so are you
ownership
okay? So you're
statistics.
saying that like the Nigerians and other immigrants own a lot more of the land?
No, no, no. They don't
It's
own
only
land
like
at all.
5%
But
immigrants. So
they are there waiting for us to make those claims so that they can benefit from that, and which is something that we'll never allow. You understand? So which is why this issue is prioritized to say
They
let's
used to
get
make
rid
what claims?
of the
Oh, they trying to
the
protect their reparations.
Pretty
I
much.
get what Kamu I
yeah,
get
yeah,
what
yeah,
Kamu trying to say. He
It's
trying to
the
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
clear FBA parallel, but
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, well, I mean,
good.
it's not the same. The FBA doesn't really necessarily have a government to make a claim to, not unless you're dealing with white people. Straight, as South Africans, we have people who look like us in government that we are making claims to. So it's a kind of different dynamic there. With regards to land, here's how South Africa's land is shaped up, right? So 30% of South Africa's land is in private hands. Now, when we talk about private hands, we are talking about private ownership, which includes housing, which includes private farms, game farms, rivers, and ports, and all of that. That is private land. And 25% of South Africa's land is owned by companies. Now, companies
Okay.
come in as investors. Of course, majority of them are white companies, European companies, American,
So
Chinese,
yeah.
and all these multinational companies. And then 31% of South Africa's land is owned by trusts. Trusts now, here we are talking about kingdoms and chiefdoms, right? South Africa has at least 11 kingdoms. That is just 31%. They own the trusts. And uh, each, I mean,
but
You
so
beating
really
around the
quick,
bush, Kamu. I hate
yeah,
to say it.
yeah, I'm trying to
yeah, he's
understand
tapped
because like
into
no, no,
it.
no.
you were rebuttaling something, but I'm trying to understand what you were rebuttaling. So were you are you
No,
making the case to say that white people own less than what is statistically reported, but well, it sounds like that's the case that you're making. But I guess I will ask,
no, 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 no,
do they?
no, no. The case I'm making is people always bring up the fact that white people, 5% of the population own. We own 4% of South Africa's land. That's not true. I want to say that government own 14%. So um so this is how it is, right? I wanted to break
But,
down the 31% of. Okay,
all right, so but
go ahead.
just for time's sake, just really quickly, do of the land that is available. If we just look at the land mean that's available, we're not talking about chiefdoms and townships, and we're not talking about what you say like government property land that's divvied up from all these outside corporations. The land that is
Yeah.
inhabitable and livable, do South Africans own the majority of that land?
So that will be urban areas, which account for overall 11% of South Africa's land. Now, this
Okay,
is how the urban areas look like. 41% of the urban areas is owned by white people,
you said 41.
right? 49, sorry, my bad, 49 is white folks.
So they own
And
most
then
of it.
30% is it's black people, and
Okay.
then 8% is Indians, right?
Okay.
That's just 11%. 11. That's overall 11% of South Africa's land. So
Okay.
it's quite complex. Yeah.
Who owns the farmlands, Kamu?
There we go. farmlands are commercial lands. Now, the farmland is commercial, and it only accounts for what do you have here? It
But who
only
owns it?
accounts
Who owns it
for
before what it accounts for?
no
Who owns it?
72% of farmland is white people,
Okay.
There you
And
go.
how
and then
much of
the
the
rest.
land is farmland? Better be
Yeah,
more than
it's
11%. That
I
big
think
ass
it's
country.
I doubt. I
White
doubt.
people own
I had the
majority.
statistic. It's way less. It's way less
So you telling me less
because
than 11% of South Africa is considered farmland and 11% is considered urban
yeah.
area? That don't even make like.
Urban is actually urban land is actually way bigger than the farmlands. Way
Come
bigger
on, I
than the
think you cooked
farmlands.
the books. We might have to divert here.
No, I didn't cook the book.
All right,
No,
so
I didn't cook the book. So can I just learn?
go ahead.
You must understand that the farmland in South Africa is used for commercial and capitalistic reasons, right? The white people that are
Mhm.
farming in South Africa are not even farming to feed us. They are farming for their capitalistic endeavors. So
No,
it cannot even be 11%. So yeah, carry on.
all right. So yeah, I'll toss it to you, Desi Bay. It's well, I guess. Do you remember the original question? You need me to ask it
Yeah,
again?
I need you to repeat it.
Okay, gotcha. So in essence, it kind of spurred his breakdown of the I guess land occupancy and who owns what. But in essence, are we blaming the wrong small minority? There's a group that is small but owns a lot, and has a lot of financial power. There's a group that owns very little, is a little minority, and doesn't really, uh, yeah, they don't own a lot. They don't contribute to the society. Not, I don't want to say that. Um, Nonetheless, you get the gist of my question.
Yeah,
Talk
I
to me.
get it. I get it. I don't know. I just thought it was funny how Cameron said what you said about the land and how they took it. They took everyone in Africa's land, including the Nigerians. And as we gain our independence and everything like that, for the most part, we were able to keep our ancestral lands. Like my people still own land like that we've owned for generations in Nigeria, and several other Nigerians I know are very similar coming from different tribes. They still have their lands that they've always owned. I don't know what the name of those pacts were that they would sign with them white folks back then, but they exist. And that they're not the only country. Several other countries still too. The Africans, once they got their independence back, were able to get their lands. I mean, I don't know. I do feel like the aggression is pointed at the wrong group of people for sure, because at the end of the day, like there's this theory, right, that Afrikaans or the Europeans of the South Africans of European descent, how they specifically targeted South Africa because it was tolerable for them. South Africa, the climate is decent enough for white people to survive. It's a gorgeous land, like it's the edge of the earth. Like there's so many beautiful things about South Africa, right? So that's why they fought so hard to stay, like to control of that place longer than the other African countries. Like I said, that's just a theory. Don't shoot the messenger. But I feel like it has some truth to it, because I'm just not trying to. I'm trying to figure out. I can't wrap my head around the fact that out of all the African countries that have gone through the same thing, like you know, why is this such a big thing in South Africa? What do they do to the South African minds to think that we should be against each other? I go to Kenya just fine, and I'm welcomed as somebody who owns two passports, right? In fact, as an African in Kenya, you get discounts with your African passports and foreigners. If you use any Western passport, American, British, whatever you name it, you're paying full price. To me, that's how you help your African brother and sister nations. I'm welcomed in open arms when I go to other African lands, and we all come from similar experiences in the sense that we were colonized and so much was stolen from us. So I'm just trying to figure out how your story is any different from ours. Nigerians, we have the highest population in the entire continent of Africa, but we don't have a third of the size of what South Africa has. But it's such an international hub in Nigeria. Between Lagos and Abuja, you're not just going to see Nigerians there, you're going to see Lebanese there, you're going to see white people, you're going to see other Africans, and it's no problem. You know, just follow the line, the laws that we've created, respect yourself in our country, and you'll be just fine. But we don't ever get this threat that, oh, this white man who's, I don't even forget white man, this Ghanaian who is doing business in Abuja is going to come to my father's people's land that's about 400, 500 miles away on the other side of the country. And they're going to try to take it because they're making some money today. No, we never really thought like that, but that's what I have to say.
Q, let me interject real quick with a question, given what she said, because one of the things that I'm hearing from Kamu as it relates to the South African dynamic with Nigerians is that he's saying that the thing that you just said about like respecting the laws, respecting the culture, that's the exact opposite of what the foreigners in South Africa are doing. Allegedly, they're breaking laws. They're allegedly heavy into drugs. Allegedly sex trafficking. Like I'm just throwing out what the narrative is. I'm just curious, like if let's say that's hypothetically true, if that was going down in Nigeria, would you feel like then Nigeria would have the right to get those people out of there because they're not doing the things that you said make it kosher?
Good question. And as we talk about this, I don't want Nigeria to look like some, like, I don't know, like some Garden of Eden, because we did have our own issues with xenophobia back in, I want to say, the 80s with Ghana. And we even had a term called Ghana Must Go, where we drove the Ghanaians out because don't quote me, but I believe the issue was they were just starting to get jealous with the commerce that was being done by this other group of people. And you know, they just felt like the Ghanaians were taking up space. And so they started driving the Ghanaians out of there, and they had a whole chant to call it Ghana Must Go and everything. And so we do have that history. But when you look back at it retrospectively, like, look at Ghana today as one of the most, how would I say, high-flying, most organized African country on the continent. And that's saying a lot out of 54 countries, right? So my thing about it is like the irony in not wanting to work with our neighbors, a very forward-thinking country Ghana is. And to all those things that could potentially make Nigeria better at the time, because we were still, the Naira was strong back in the early 80s. And so I think we're feeling ourselves a little bit too much. But anyways, without getting too long-winded about it, is if you've seen like the history of how this goes, like why would you want to repeat it? I just don't see. I mean, I just feel like the argument's not strong enough for me.
Yeah, and I'd imagine also, G, you wouldn't think to single out all people that phenotypically look Nigerian because of some Nigerians are involved in whether it's like cartels or drug trafficking or any of those things, right?
I need receipts though.
I don't even know what a phenotypical Nigerian is for real. I couldn't even.
So clearly in South Africa, because we've seen the videos of them walking in the market.
I can't tell how they can tell the difference down there.
And they say, "Where you from?"
Tell the difference.
I can't tell.
To me, I think you could.
Yeah,
but like, how do you know? Like, because they died. But it's from my understanding, I thought it was more than just anti-Nigerian. I thought it was anti-everybody that's not South African, that's black, basically. Like
it is.
Everybody getting the smoke.
There's a hyper focus on Nigerians as well.
Yeah, the videos I saw that was going at people from the Congo and Ghana and
everybody can get it with the essays.
So it's like,
but Kamu will tell
point,
you.
Like when you immerse in them,
oh,
you can tell the difference in people. Like when you like are really immersed in the different cultures a lot. Like we kind of far everything homogeneous and it's like, oh, all y'all Africans. It's the same thing when I lived in Asia. Like before I lived in Korea, everybody was Chinese to me. All y'all niggas look alike. And living in Korea, now I can tell somebody Cambodian, Japanese, Chinese by their eyes, by their cheekbones, by their style. It's just shit you just start to know. So they can see and tell by accents, by different languages and shit. Like, where you from? Like, so yeah, we all black, but like I say, we have differences. That's the thing about.
I mean, my people used to know me before I had locks. Like, I could come to Nigeria, and that's the sad part, right? We've gotten so like brainwashed with like what like hair looks like, should look like, right? So I used to wear my wigs, I used to have my weaves, all that stuff. But then I walk around, I'm in Nigeria, people will speak to me in my native tongue, which is Igbo. And so now it's almost, I'm a little bit more ambiguous. Like, they think I'm Jamaican, they think I'm Tanzanian. I've heard all types of stuff on my last trip out there. Like, everyone was like, "Whoa, you're Nigerian?" I'm like,
So you saying
yeah,
it's more Nigerian to rock the wig? Is that what you're saying? Oh, interesting.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, and, yeah, I was out there, and if they're not doing that, I'll give them credit. Braids are a big thing. Like, we can kill some braids. So like the girls are rocking. Nigerian women are always like a couple steps ahead in the braiding styles, and then Americans in the Western world, we catch up like 5 years later. So it's always beautiful to see what they do with the braids. But outside of that, yes, wig culture is huge, just like in America. So like
Gotcha.
now, and locks are not a big thing in Nigeria, but they're a big thing in Kenya though. But in Nigeria, they're not. So people always see me as a foreigner. On top of being American, they just don't even think I'm Nigerian. Period.
Yeah,
So
when I'm out there, they call me Rasta man, right? Rasta
yeah,
man. Like,
yeah,
everywhere I go, like, I'm not Jamaican.
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
man,
Everybody was like Rasta.
because
and so, Kamu, I
Oh,
wanted to
because
throw to
not
you
to be
really.
disrespectful. Okay.
Kamu, I'm gonna throw to you, and then you can get disrespectful too. Because clearly you about to. How do
clearly.
how do South Africans in general view Nigerians? We've heard you multiple times on here. We have the Discord.
This should be
Talk
good.
to us.
Stand on it.
Yeah, man. No. We have very little regard for Nigerians, man. And it's. I think. I think that no. I'm not even being disrespectful or anything.
What's the real
I
issue, though?
think
What's the real
it's
issue?
yo, bro. Please.
Someone said,
I think this came after the 2010 World Cup, right? Man, we got exposed to stuff that was foreign to us, and we couldn't understand how could black men do this to other black people, bro. You understand? And for us, it was just like, man, there's no way, because the kind of behavior we got from them is the kind of behavior we're used to getting from white folks and Indians
This is
and
all
stuff
over a
like that.
football match.
No. I'm just saying, no. No, Q. G, what you must understand when I refer to 2010, I'm talking about the FIFA World Cup. When people came to South Africa after the FIFA World Cup, they never went back home, bro. And people
Oh,
come, and people come on a 90-day visa, and they don't want to go home, bro. And it's like, hey, man, go back. And now they don't want to go home. And now they are doing things, culture, the filth. Now
Killing your
our cities
women,
are
that's a big one for them.
I mean,
Nah, I'm
homes
saying
not
every country I go
necessarily.
to, they be mad that Nigerians stealing their women.
No, I'm dead ass. So like, just
No,
say,
no,
just
no,
say what
Nigerian
your
niggas
chest.
is
That's
no, no,
really
no,
what it
running
no, no,
through,
no.
is.
bro.
Let me address
That's
that.
just
Let,
shit.
let me
Basic.
address
He's
that.
being shy. He's being shy.
It
Let him
really
go. Let him
is.
go.
Let me address that. So regarding women, bro, it's very brutal, right? So they take low, the bottom of the barrel, and
Right.
people who are disenfranchised women, they take advantage of because they can throw money from the drug money, and they can use them to legitimize themselves by marrying them. You know, we just changed that law right now that there's no man that's going to marry a South African woman and take South African citizenship. It could only be via a woman. I mean,
Yeah,
it can only
all
be
African
via a man.
Nigerians
If I
oh,
been
so
did
so
that.
if
so
I
hold on,
marry
come
a
on. Let's pause.
Nigerian,
Let's pause.
Been
Let's
did that in
pause.
Nigeria.
Let's
That's
Hey,
all.
hey, the
let's just pause
Green
for
Corps
one
scam out of here.
second. Let's
There's a lot of
just pause
haterade
for
being
one
sent
Yeah.
on right
second.
now.
Maybe if you talk to your African countries, you guys will be able to share more legislation with each other. That's an old one for Nigeria.
Yeah. So come on. You saying it's a new law that got passed that
yeah,
said if a man marries a woman foreigner, she can get citizenship. But if a woman marries a male foreigner, he cannot. You saying that was a brand new law that was recently passed?
Yeah, yeah. They a woman must go to the men's village or whatever.
So if a South
You
African
know,
woman gets married to a foreigner man, they kick her out the country. She got to leave.
No,
she
they
must
can. He
go.
can't get
He
citizenship
can't
based.
become a citizenship based on their marriage. That's
Oh, he
all
just
that
can't
is.
become. But can he move there at least? Do the niggas
Yeah.
married to the women?
Yeah,
Are they getting beat
yeah.
up
He just
too?
can't have the nationality. Like he can't get papers.
You
Oh,
can't be a
okay.
full citizen
You
because,
can
like,
Yeah.
basically,
you
too
can
many people
scam
come
you
and
can
marry
scam
other
your way
women.
out of yeah, you can scam your way out of
And
a
so
system by
it seemed
marrying a
like
woman.
you threw an Easter egg out there. You said they can get these vulnerable women because of their drug money. And so you
It's
also
That's kind of
crazy.
believe that
crazy. That's
It was
so
crazy.
you also
crazy.
believe that they're pretty much a lot of drug dealers or mainly drug dealers or what?
Bro, I have not seen, at least from my experience, staying in Johannesburg, we have an entire section of the town, Hillbrow, taken over by Nigerians. Every single one of them is selling drugs, bro. Every single one of them.
100%. So you're saying
It is
100% of the
100.
Hey, that
Nigerians?
shit
He
like that shit
knows
like
it.
that shit like Amsterdam and The Wire. That
What?
WMD right there. He
He
got
knows
everything
it.
going crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro,
Every single one.
Every single
bro,
the mothers.
All
every
of
single
y'all.
one of
Yeah.
I
them.
mean, who doing the drugs
So,
if
That's what
everybody's
I was
selling
about to
them?
say.
Who's
Ain't no
copping? Yeah,
users, just dealers.
who are the fiends?
Who's the
Who are they
customers?
selling their work
so,
to? South Africans or other or other foreigners? Who are the junkies?
so, of course, I mean, they are selling it to South Africans. But the look, the drug game is huge, right? There's different mafias. I mean, there's Italian mafia, there's Russian mafia, and all of those guys, right? But in as far as people that look like us, bro, I swear to God, bro, no one is coming close to Nigerians, right?
Is this
Which is
based on
also
anything
why,
real? Is this
Crazy.
based on
I
anything real
need the
though?
hard
yo,
facts on
What is
how
Nah,
this
yo,
South
based
Q,
on?
Africa don't
can you
even
I,
can you?
own they don't even own their own drug game. Y'all got foreigners coming in taking over the
Bro, we
blocks.
didn't.
Like
Yo,
And how's it
G,
even
we
getting in
didn't
the
even know.
country? How's
G,
it getting in the country is
G, we
what I'm
didn't
trying
even.
to figure out.
G, yo, Q, I don't know why you let this man on, bro. You dis, you
Is
well,
dishonest
this
him.
like every Nigerian is
That's
Nino
my
Brown?
Um,
that's my
How is
that's
every
my
all right.
Nigerian Nino Brown though?
You,
that's
you
my
got
bad.
you got to blame Johnny for
every
that
step.
one. But
My bad.
Chuck is here. But
son, what the
with that
hell,
said,
bro? What the
I think
hell,
that
dog? Ah,
I'm gonna give Chuck
My bad. That was my bad. That was my bad.
his 3 minutes to
bro.
kind of
Nah,
get
bro.
his
I
conversation
ain't know
off.
the backstory. That was my bad.
But
Nah, bro.
Chuck, 3 minutes, talk to us.
Respect. First and foremost, to the Igbo, my Igbo sister Kedu.
Adima.
Uh-huh. Well done, all. Okay, so here's the issue.
Adima.
Here's what's happening in South Africa. So we all know that South Africa has an issue with unemployment. 40% rate of unemployment for the Black South Africans versus 7% for the white South Africans. We have a 60% dropout rate for Black South Africans, a 30% pass rate. So 30% of the Black South Africans who enter high school come out the other side with a diploma. High rates of drug use and high rates of substance abuse in South Africa. So this is a country that's going through a lot. There's a lot of helplessness, a lot of despair, people, a lot of government dependency. I think a lot of high rates of HIV. Unfortunately, I think the white people have a lot to do with that. But high rates of HIV. So there's a lot of desperate poverty, desperateness, and in the surrounding areas, you have foreigners who have skills. So, like the primary industry in South Africa is their diamond, gold, platinum industries. We have similar industries in other regions of Africa. So, when an immigrant comes in who has skills, he's more likely to get a job, more likely to start a business that employs other people than the native South Africans because of the conditions that they suffered through apartheid. No, I'm not blaming them for this condition. But as a result of this deprivation that they are experiencing, when they see a foreigner who is succeeding, who is doing better than they are, who is attracting women, because women like men who actually have jobs. I hate to say that, but the reason why uh, Nigerian men are pulling South African women is because we are employed. And when you're competing against men who aren't employed, it's a no-brainer. And we have our own swag, but that's to the side. But the reason why there's so much hate is because, your men are unemployed. They live in these townships. You're dealing with drug abuse and HIV. There's a lot going on, and it's not, you're blaming the wrong group of people. You're blaming 4% of immigrants for the deprivation that you are suffering at the hand of the white people who not only own your economy, who own your land. Land is wealth, by the way. Like, people who own the land are the ones who own the wealth. The people, you are fighting the wrong side. Your anger is misdirected, and I think it's out of fear. So the question I have to Camo is why do you fear the white man? Why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you marching against the white man the way you are with immigrants? And I land.
And I just want to say that this nigga Chuck is trying to steal Tariq Nasheed cadence. But Kamu, go ahead and go forth. But this nigga Chuck sound like low key.
Turn the camera on.
I'm not.
Tariq
No.
Nasheed B. I think you've
I'm
been
not gonna
mimicking his
answer.
cadence or something.
So I'm not gonna answer anything from this fraud. And I'm making myself clear for the last time, Q and the host. It's either you take him off or I be out now. I'm not gonna share
Well,
this platform with him. Or he
Hold on,
turns the camera
but
on
Kamu,
so that I
Kamu,
can
hold
see
up.
I'm dealing
Hold on,
with a
Kamu,
real
Kamu, hold
human.
on, hold on,
I
Kamu,
promise
Kamu.
you, I be out now.
You could be if you make that decision, that's on you. I don't want you to. So wait a second. Why are you making such a strong line as it relates to the gentleman on the other side? Just help me understand.
Okay, so I've been chatting with him, right? We got to a point where he started repeating the questions that I have addressed. And for me, I felt kind of disrespected because I addressed those issues in his presence. And I felt like I'm dealing with someone who's either a child or a internet troll.
no, you
So I
dance. You
made it
you
clear
don't
to
answer
say,
a
bro,
question. I
I,
ask a simple question. You don't
I
Chuck,
said,
answer.
hold on,
I
hold on, hold
said,
on, hold on, hold on.
I made it clear that should you come to the show, you should reveal yourself so that I can see I'm dealing with the real man. Or if if that's not happening, I'm not gonna be part of the show. So seeing him on the show now is number one disrespectful to me because I've made a disclaimer. Number two, if he continues not to show his face right now, I'm gonna be off the show. So it's one of the two.
If you're scared, just say that.
He got
I mean, I
boundaries.
don't
I
know why you
respect the
need to
man
look
with
into my
boundaries.
eyes. Do you want to look into my eyes when I ask you the question?
All right, so
Chuck,
I'm
why
gonna be
won't
honest.
you show your face? Is it made for radio?
And
No,
it's my fault. I shouldn't have clicked that nigga. It's
no,
my
it's
fault.
because I have a social media policy, and I separate my work life from my social media.
No,
There
no, no,
those
no.
I
He's
don't
he's a
cross the
scammer.
streams.
No, no, no,
All right, so
no,
so
no,
so
no, no. He's
nonetheless,
a I know how
this is what
Nigerians.
we're Holocamu. This is what we're gonna do. So for the sake of having the conversation on both sides right now, I'm gonna bring Chuck to the backstage, just so we can get a balanced POV where we have a South African and a Nigerian, and we continue with some civil discourse. Chuck, I'll bring you back, and once we finish this
And,
part of the conversation and we open it up into just general Pan Africanism, and again, we'd love to keep you, Kamu, but
It's a shame
I
that Camel's
understand.
scared.
I
I get it.
hold up,
understand the
Chuck,
whole
Chuck, hold up.
balance between it all. Let's not devolve into like just bullshit.
And Kamu,
Just
and
talk,
regardless
bro.
of what
God
happened in the
damn.
Discord, this is different. This I don't read all that shit that niggas be saying in Discord, so I don't know what was said. So this is a fresh conversation for everybody on the panel. So let's not let you and Chuck's personal tension ruin a good thing here for Unpack. So you stayed up, you did
No,
your thing.
no, no, no,
Let's make the best of the situation so we can enlighten people what's going on in South Africa. We don't gotta
We're
let
both Pan
one thing ruin
Africans.
no,
other things.
no.
Camel, we're both Pan
No, no, no,
Africans.
it's
At
not.
least
No, no,
let's
no,
have
Q.
some
It's
Pan
not gonna
African
happen.
spirit here.
It's not gonna happen. I wasn't gonna be. I wasn't gonna be here had I known he was gonna be here. I made it clear from the start that if he comes to the show, he should show his face. So knowing that and he's here now. It's clearly disrespectful to me. So I'm not gonna stand it, bro. Either he's out or
Hey,
I'm
Chuck,
out.
will you show your
I'm not
face?
gonna work like that. I'm
All
not
right,
No.
making
well, all right.
best of
So
anything.
fellas, we're gonna continue the
Simple.
conversation, and yeah. So
If
we're gonna do
he
as I
should
just
just say
said, and
he's
then we'll get back to it. Chuck, we'll bring you up in a little bit. We do want to have this part of the conversation.
Let's go.
Um,
Let's
so
fucking go.
I do want to ask. So and this goes to a bit of what Chuck's main piece was. Um, are we masking xenophobia, uh, or is xenophobia masking the government's failures?
Oh,
Let me say that the so-called xenophobia in South Africa, bro, it all
Hmm.
stems from government failure, government corruption, and South
Okay.
African police service corruption.
Okay.
But that doesn't negate a responsibility from South African men to protect their countries, even from South African politicians, which is something that we've never struggled with, by the way, since the inception, not the inception, since the an influx of invasion in in 15 in 1592 by the Portuguese, in 1652 by the Dutch, and 1800s by the British. South African men have always known that they have a responsibility to defend their land, and which is where we are today. So, of course, it is a government and a system failure, but that doesn't mean that our hands are tied. We can definitely do
Right.
something
But
about the
but then I
situation.
guess I would have to ask you: are you defending it against the lowest hanging fruit? So not the people in power, but the
Am I?
people that is easiest to exercise power against.
I'm not particularly sure if I understand your question.
So again, you said you want to protect your land. The people that are doing the most destruction to your land would be the settlers. And they hold more of your land in general, whether it's through government contracts and or as you kind of expelled, they own more or pretty much half of land in general, inhabitable land in general, or
Yeah.
habitable land in general. Um, but the focus of this movement is not on them. Actually, from what I've seen, and again, I'm only looking online. Um, there is some level of synergy with the conservative settlers and the what is it, March of March and the Operation Doodle. Like there's like they're all cheering each other on, and which it seems as though one could say, I don't know, it's a little misguided. What you thought? Like you're not actually
So
fighting the power, you're fighting the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest target, the people that you can
no, no, no,
exercise
no,
power
no. But
against.
but 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 Q, I think I clarified this when I started my
Okay.
my submission to say that we understand that as South African men we haven't addressed the original sin, which is the land dispossession. We haven't addressed that, and in order for us to get to that position, we have to isolate ourselves and identify ourselves as a separate group and then address the original sin. Because if we do that now, Daisy looks like my sister. You understand? She can make a claim to say, I'm also,
But
African.
what's the
I
claim that
deserve
they would
to.
be making that would be similar to?
Well, well, let's
I'm
let's
kind
say,
of
for
I'm kind of lost.
instance, we are expropriating land without compensation, and black people who have been dispossessed and put in the townships now they can get some, I don't know, government land claims. Daisy can also do that just on the basis of her being looking like us, and I
I
think
think
for us,
yeah,
But what wouldn't it go based on like your people? Like this is like again,
You at least
you're
got to be
making
a
just a
citizen, right? You
yeah,
at least got to have
you're making an
citizenship.
FBA claim in which I would then imagine it would follow FBA rubric to some extent, where it would be foundational South Africans would be the ones that are entitled
absolutely.
to the reparation claim that you're talking about, which should easily be able to like trace back your lineage back to South Africans
yeah,
prior
yeah,
to
but
whichever number
yeah,
you want to start at. So like it seems like
yeah,
it's
but
like you're
no,
exercising
no,
the
no, no,
power
Q,
against people that really wouldn't apply to when you come down to your
Q.
reparations.
Q. Let me make it clear again.
Okay.
Us getting rid of illegal foreign. By the way, illegal foreigners, which is a key element that I think most of the time when you're having this discourse, people are missing that out. These people shouldn't be here in the first place. But anyway, us getting rid of illegal foreigners is to clean up, to clean up. You know what I mean? Because look, if you have a legit job in South Africa, Q, as an American, you can acquire South African citizenship, and you can make a claim if indeed that day comes. You can make a claim to say, look,
So
I'm
so
also
just being
black.
a
I'm a South African.
but so just being a citizen, you can then make a claim, or wouldn't it have very
Yeah, yeah,
specific
yeah, yeah. No, no,
rubrics
no, no,
to it?
no. Being a citizen,
So
being a citizen, you can make a claim. Yes.
yeah, we're gonna go to Desi. Desi, talk to us.
I just think it's crazy that all of these things could be changed with simple legislation. Like, I just don't understand, like, why we can't take it to the law and like enforce new things that help protect, traditional South African natives. Like, I'm not understanding why this needs to be like another whole level for you or anybody who thinks like that, so to speak, because I
Well,
mean, it's
well,
2026 and I really don't you mentioned something towards the end. That's what made me cut you off in the first place. You said something about you don't something about foreigners being in your land and how you like they shouldn't be there. And I'm just like, how are you going to stop the integration of like humans? We are travelers by nature. Like, there isn't any one person with 100% one tribe only DNA. If you do your ancestry, you'll probably find out you have a little bit of Zimbabwe, Mozambique. You might even have a little bit of Swaziland, whatever the case, but you might not be a full South African, not ever. You might
No,
be
he's
like a
colored.
region. So the point, oh,
hell no,
the
hell no,
conversation.
hell no.
That's
He
another
got a little
conversation.
Indian mix.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, he
I mean,
indigenous
when does
black?
it? There's
Damn.
no such thing as people staying in one place. Not, I mean, we see that.
So
Yeah,
Daisy, to
that's
your
How,
point,
that's
this is
how
this
you
is
Nigerian.
a
mitigate that?
this
Oh,
is
How you
Kamu,
mitigate
Kamu,
that
let her
is
finish. She
by.
still got some time.
All I'm saying is how you mitigate that is by legislation.
yeah. So Daisy, what you must understand is what you just said right now doesn't really apply. You can go to China for 4 centuries, you will still not be a Chinese according to their law. They are very strict on that. But
According
coming
to
to
law,
us
yeah,
as Africans, no, you
law.
will never be
So
a Chinese. That will
no, so
never.
why would
Yeah,
they?
and
No,
yeah, coming
so
to
according to
yeah,
law, why
coming
would
to
they change the law
yeah,
to protect yourselves?
no,
I
no,
mean,
But
no.
you,
that's
but
that.
but
So
but Kamu,
coming to
I
us,
imagine you also don't think that them getting South African citizenship makes them native South African, though.
No, so change all this
no,
shit,
no.
burn
But
it
it
to the
makes them
ground, then
South,
like
South
create
Africans.
something else
So
to
so
help
so
yourself.
so if you get South African citizenship, you become a legitimate, legible citizen who can make claims for almost everything. Understand? And by the way, you're black, bro. Like you get everything we get. So coming back to our government, Daisy, another thing you must understand: our government is corrupt to the core. Right? These people are corrupt to the core, and
It's
for
nothing new.
us, I mean, we have to force them. Everything we want, we kind of have to act out of character to make them listen to us because they are corrupt. It's simple, you know.
Okay, hey,
Now
Kamu,
they
can I
have
can I?
Not
just
the only corrupt
we just
nation though. Like, I'm also comparing to other African nations that are your neighbors. Like, what you're saying is not news to me. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. So why don't we mirror how other people are doing it so that you can save yourselves? That's what I'm saying.
So Kamu, let's walk down like a logic tree really quickly. Or yeah, let's
It's
see
kind of
see
like
see if
punching
this can
down.
kind of work itself out. So for you, hypothetically, how does this work? So you get all of the immigrants out of the country. Somehow y'all are able to get all of the immigrants out of the country. Now, how do
You know,
you
man, like,
force the people in power and the people that own the most majority of the resources? Um, how do you force them to do what you want them to do? And how would that be different than if these immigrants weren't in there?
and we already saw that
so
with Trump
number one.
a couple months ago.
So number one, we're gonna force illegal immigrants out and make it as
No,
uncomfortable as
we
possible
understand.
for
Just
them, even when they come back.
walk me
Yeah,
down the
yeah.
truth.
Let me,
So
yeah,
okay,
let me get you. Let me get
okay.
Don't
to
filibuster,
that point.
nigga.
Yeah,
Be
he
Make
filibustered.
concise.
Yes.
yeah, make it uncomfortable for them even when they come back. Now, number two, South African government owns the largest asset management firm, the largest asset management firm, which is it's a private investment corporation, the PIC. Now, what happens with that is that all of our assets from pension fund and all these other institutions are kept, the money is being kept there, and for development of South Africa we get nothing from that asset management. Now what's simply gonna happen here, we're gonna force our government to make laws and directly empower black people. By the way, if we get rid of foreigners, of which we will, there's a roughly 10 billion a week industry waiting for us that we owned prior before Ethiopians came into the country. So already us acquiring that, it gives us a leg and
What's the
a leg
industry?
up, you know.
What's the industry?
So
Taxis?
so the Ethiopians, no, we got to take this. Those are ours.
Why is
No, we
everybody
got
able to come into the country and take over these industries? Like, how does that?
because they work. Yeah,
Victim
yeah,
mentality.
all black because no, because they work with our corrupt police and corrupt government officials. So for an example, the Ethiopian industry I'm talking about is small shops. We call them spaza shops, and that market during apartheid, it was the apartheid guys had given it to us. Our grandparents used to own it. Now when these guys came, the Ethiopian and Somalian guys. Now the Somalians are working with corrupt politicians. No. Wait, no. The Somalians are working with the corrupt South African police services, and the Ethiopians are working with South African corrupt politicians, and they were able to
So
to
so
wipe
Kamu,
us
Why
out.
why
before
are
the 30.
South Africans not working with their own corrupt people? Like these people usually come in from as like refugees, or are they coming well
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
educated and with money?
They're
Are
just
they
started
coming
in
like
East
yeah.
Africa.
escaping worse
No,
conditions in South Africa?
no. No. You must understand there's some leverage, right? There are political I don't know, favors they do for each other, bro. I don't understand why they get to be in that position. They don't even have high school education. The people I'm talking about, bro. They can't
Right,
even
but
speak
so
like
Kamu,
they
you know
can't.
you did.
It's
So Kamu,
So
you
they
know you
don't
didn't
have high
answer
school
the question.
education, but they able to take industries
yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah.
So what does that
But
say about? I'm
Kamu,
just
let me ask you. I imagine, right? Um that a big influence to these corrupt politicians would be uh economics, right? Where look, the majority of economic power in South Africa is concentrated with white people, in which this is then where we have the two-tier South Africa, where you have white people living inside this beautiful landscape, and you have black people in majority living inside, what almost equates to the slums. And I imagine that this economic power is seen in the reason why that all these corrupt politicians happening. So eliminating the foreigners who again are very minute when it comes down to economic power in general, how does that then allow y'all to make changes if economic power is the reason that the whole issue is the issue anyway?
No. But Q, you are. I think you in your question you are dismissing how huge the example I just gave is right now. So for us to be able to generate 10 billion, and please don't interrogate me into how they got here and stuff. I mean, because it's gonna be a whole tangent. But you underestimate how huge that will be for us to be able to attain back a 10 billion a weak
And,
industry.
and
You
what
understand?
you say the
And
10
that's
billion a
just
week
part
industry
one.
is again?
It's the sponsor shops, like the small
You said the
shops,
who shops? Say it
small
again.
spaza. We call them spaza shops.
So, okay.
Spaza.
And
Yeah.
Basically, it sounds
And
like
that's
he's saying
just part
commercial.
one.
It sounds like he's
That's
saying
just
commercial real estate.
okay. And do you think that if there's a big gap in
Bodegas
like
type shit.
a $15 billion a year, a day or week, I forget how you said a week, industry.
No, it's
that
10. It's
people
10.
would
It's 10
forward-
billion. 10 billion a week.
That's a lot.
10
All right, so
billion
cool,
what
cool.
though,
So-
Kamu?
Yeah,
10
that's a
billion
lot.
what?
10 billion
Rand?
rent. 10 billion rents a week,
All right,
bro.
cool. So
Right.
10 billion rent
week,
a week.
yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
I guess my issue would be though
It's like
that
$5, Johnny.
I could just imagine that there's some version of capitalistic exploitation that happens in South Africa to where what would be stopping the white people from taking over that industry?
No, they're not
They have the
involved.
power to do
They're
it.
not involved.
They
So
have
there
more
are
resources to it.
No. They couldn't take the taxes from us, bro. There are industries, Q, that white people are not involved in, right? For
You
example,
said they
the
couldn't
taxis,
take the plazas
football.
from you?
Okay. They couldn't take the taxis. We've been having the taxis. You know what I mean?
No, I
Do
got that.
they,
But
do they
you're not talking
want?
about the
Do
taxes.
they really
right?
want the taxis though? They take what they want.
I mean, they
you
do.
know?
No, they do.
If they
No,
want it,
they
they'll
do.
take
They
it.
do
But
want it.
that's one of them things where like,
No. So you must understand that the industry I'm talking about, a black, is an industry that competes with commercial supermarkets. So we just had a Walmart in South Africa right now. Your
Right, but
Walmart, your Woolworths, your ShopRite. So they
that
have
sounds
that
like something
market.
that
There's no need for them to come down to this level to the
ask
down level.
Americans about
So
what Walmart did to the mom and pops. It's just a reason to put them out of business and then
okay.
take over the whole. You take over the whole market share. That's how capitalism works.
yeah, you gonna have some
Okay,
real
but
poverty soon. They
but
get more
but
Walmarts out
but
there.
we don't have
But
a
Kamu,
yo
hold
Q.
up. But are the Ethiopians selling drugs and sex trafficking, or do they just own the shops?
So we also hear. So this is man, it's the drug, bro. So the
All right, come on.
Let me hear, like,
man, it's crazy.
what are they doing in the streets besides owning shops?
Yeah. So
South
yeah,
Africans
man,
need to get some
we
plugs,
hear.
man. They
You know.
don't got no plugs down there. I watch a lot of South African movies and films. Y'all got some drug dealers,
The
man.
niggas paying 25 for the G.
Nah,
They be having
bro.
super
We're not giving the drugs, bro.
30
No,
a
but-
We're not
G
giving
down
the
there.
drugs, bro.
But for real, I do got a
No.
serious question. I do got a serious question because your logic is saying that you're doing what you're doing to go after these illegal foreigners, which will then give you the power to force the government's hand to change the law. I'm following you,
Yeah.
correct? That's what you're saying, correct?
Yeah,
All right,
100%, 100%.
All right, so what I don't understand is that how you just talked about how corrupt your government was and how your corrupt government's working with all these quote unquote foreigners that you're attacking. What trust do you have in this corrupt government that they're going to do right by you after you attack these foreigners? Like help me understand why you think that makes sense.
Thank you for bringing that up. Right. So this thing has been persisting for quite some time. So now, as I'm speaking to you, yesterday we had the National Police Commissioner who was attending a court case on corruption. So it shows we are moving the tide. We have an entire what we call a commission. We have an entire commission on government corruption and police corruption. But now there's gonna be another one, a police only corruption commission that's gonna focus on police corruption. And you can imagine us being able to take down the national.
Kamu, answer my question directly. I don't give a fuck about them police. Why do you trust the government to do right by you by like, tell me why that makes sense given how corrupt they are. Why do you think just give me a direct, why do you think the government is then going to make sure that you and your people get what y'all are entitled to and nobody else by attacking these foreigners? Like, help me connect the dots.
Q, how do you even dismiss that, bro? How do you even dismiss the fact that we're able to take the national commissioner down, bro? How do you dismiss that?
That's one man. That's not an institution.
Bro, that man is literally responsible for all the corruption going on, man. And it's like the president was supposed to resign on Monday, bro, because of how serious this is. He had to address the nation, telling us he won't resign, right?
But you know they're just gonna replace him with
what will
somebody
happen?
else,
Let me
right?
tell you. Let me tell you what will happen if the police commissioner goes down and the president goes down, and we have another corrupt police commissioner and another corrupt president. We're still gonna make it uncomfortable for them until we get to a level where they listen to us and act according to the law.
So my question is, Kamu, my question is, you follow my question, because I just want a direct answer to my question. You said that the idea is we are going to attack illegal foreigners, push them out, because that's going to force the government to implement laws that do right by you, correct?
Yeah.
On that basis, just simply on that basis, when you reconcile the fact that that same government is corrupt, that same government empowers those illegal foreigners, does business with those illegal foreigners, which has put you and your people to a detriment, just help me understand why you think the government is your friend, one, and how this action will force their hand into helping you specifically. Like, I need to understand how you're putting two and two together.
Okay. So one, having gotten rid of foreigners, there wouldn't be any illegal foreigners to worry about, because they would be gone. That's just they would be gone, and we'll be taking over those industries and those low hanging jobs. And you guys just allowed me to talk about just Ethiopians, bro. We have all type of gangs, bro. You know, we have Zimbabweans in the restaurants, we have Malawis in the mines, we have all type of people, bro. We're gonna get rid of them, man, and we're gonna make gangs in those. We're gonna, I mean,
Zimbabwe.
Like, ain't Zimbabwe? Doesn't that border South Africa? Isn't that like a border country?
They do.
That's like niggas in Charlotte complaining about niggas from Rock Hill.
Hey, we do that.
Amen.
That's like us complaining about Drake and them niggas. Canada.
Hey, listen, the Rock Hill boys is a weird breed. I ain't gonna lie.
I did it on purpose, Q. Hey, this is how it is, man. You know, the
borders. Hey, Q, it's not all of us. It's just some of us. Don't be. It's not all of us.
Hey, watch this, Johnny. Watch this.
Hey, the problem with Zimbabweans is the fact.
Some of y'all are stupid. I don't know.
The problem with Zimbabweans is the fact that they have a big mouth, bro. They come to South Africa and they have a big mouth, you know?
Where we get now?
And they never have smoke for their government. So they're gonna leave, bro. Everyone's gonna go home, dog. By the way, let me just put it out there. We have a deadline. The 30th of November.
June 30th. Y'all trying to steal our Juneteenth shit, though. I think y'all really trying to take Black Americans' playbook on the low. I really think y'all taking from the playbook. Y'all trying to make y'all own Juneteenth. What y'all gonna call it? June 30th? Or
no, man, we have. What do you mean, bro? We have June 16th, dog. We have a national holiday on June 16th.
What's y'all June 16th holiday?
They gonna call this shit June 1st.
So 1976, the high school kids and primary school kids were killed by apartheid police, bro. Now we commemorate that day. Come on, dog. We have a June day.
So, Kamu, let me ask you this. So June 30th comes.
By kicking
Like,
out Nigeria.
what are y'all as the people? I won't isolate you to incriminate you. What are y'all willing to do to get these people out of your
We ain't
country?
gonna see no Camo in July. He gonna be out of here.
What if they start you out saying
Yo,
you
bro,
ain't from South
all
Africa?
hell
'Cause
will
I've
break
seen
loose.
videos like that
All
too, where
hell,
they attacking South African
hey,
people who
bro,
actually from there.
Go ahead.
Camo
all
probably
hell
fucked
will
the
break loose.
Zimbabwe chick yesterday, and he over here talking that kind of shit, man. I know what you did, Camo.
I think a
Relax,
Nigerian
bro,
stole his
relax.
girl.
No. Yo, Q, all hell will break loose, bro. All hell will break loose.
So
That's
y'all
all
are
I
gonna
gotta
have
say, bro.
like a civil uprising that's gonna be targeted towards
I don't know why people are
only
too
the black and
Huh?
Asian immigrants, or is it just the black immigrants,
It's
or
not
the
the
Asian and
first time
Indian
they've been
immigrants
doing
gonna
Black
get
and
it too?
yeah. No, black, Asian, and Indian. Yeah, black,
But
Asian, and Indian. Yeah,
not the Caucasian settler immigrants also.
Absolutely not.
at
It'll
least
be a
for
mass
at
situation.
least for now. At least for now.
So y'all are on
At
team with
least for
them.
now.
So y'all are going
Apartheid
to
killed them
attack the
niggas, but
black
they gonna
people.
kick the Nigerians out.
So y'all gonna attack the black people on June 30th and let all the Caucasian white settlers just be
Why are
good.
you putting it like that, bro? We're gonna make sure that
What else
people
is
go
So
the
that
home.
point?
People have their
so
countries, bro. We're gonna make sure
aren't
that
those
people
like
go home.
the Dutch?
That's what it is, though. What you think the white people gonna be doing
They
while
have countries that they
y'all
can go back home to.
breaking loose in the streets, running in people's
What?
houses, pulling them out, like
Yo, bro,
killing them
why are
and
you
shit?
bringing the whataboutism here? I told you this is our
Because the
interim
white people
What
objective.
know
the
what the white people gonna
baptism?
be doing.
I need a Whataburger.
But
Hey, I want to see what
what
happened
I
June
said wasn't a
30th. I ain't gonna lie to
whataboutism.
you. I want to see how
I'm
about
just
it
asking
these niggas
how
really
it
are.
actually would play out, in which it sounds bad because it kind of is like an interesting take where you're saying on June 30th the only protected class is the
Yeah.
white settlers.
No one said that, man. Who said that?
You said that y'all are
No
going
one
to.
said
It's going
that.
to be all. It's going. Listen,
Even
your
you,
exact words said that it's going to be all hell's going to break loose on the Indians, the Asians, and the black immigrants. But
everybody
the
but the
white
white people.
settlers are going to be
Illegal?
cool for now. You just said that.
No
How
one
are you
said
gonna
that.
know who's illegal and who isn't?
They
Anytime
No,
it's
nose,
illegal,
because we know.
Ethiopians
Flip
out of here
flop.
Because
their
anyway.
we know.
nose, eyebrows, and
No,
cheeks.
how are you gonna know who's illegal? He said illegal. So you're gonna go up to people with no
No,
like
we know. No,
So you,
identification,
we're
Daisy,
asking
gonna
for
do an
Daisy,
ice
we
their
style.
know.
papers.
They
The way Ice
know.
do
No,
it. The
don't
way
worry
Ice
about
do
that.
it.
We know.
So
We
y'all
know.
know
No,
who
Why
has
why
because
who
y'all
has
just
no.
illegal
don't
immigrants
why
or not?
why y'all
Speak
just
good
don't
enough.
kill
As
all the
regular
why y'all
citizens, you
won't
guys are
just
gonna
kill all
go
the
to
white
people
people?
and ask them for their papers.
Just kill all the white people. Wow, let's do that.
Especially they in Africa.
No.
It's
We got that.
horrible
It's not that many of them. Y'all
Don't
can
worry
just run
about
up
that.
and kill all the white people.
But it
What's
seems like that you don't see how that seems like low
Don't
hanging
worry.
fruit though. Like the most unimpactful people, you're gonna all hell break loose. But the people that
What
are
do you mean
really in control.
unimpact you?
I say, hey, black people should be the
What
last
do you
people
mean
you kill in
unimpact
Africa.
you?
All
Start
right,
with the
so
white people.
economic. So
The,
so
le-
let,
No
let,
one
so,
the,
is
the
killing.
less
so
the
Yo,
so
people
yo,
that people that
Johnny,
hold the least amount
Johnny.
of power is the way to frame it.
No
Common. The
one is
people who hold
killing
the least amount
anyone,
of
bro.
power and resources.
not
what is
yet,
Yo,
all
not
hell
till
breaking
June
loose
ayo,
mean?
30th.
ayo.
Smoke should be reserved
Ayo,
for
no
white
one is
people in
killing
Africa.
anyone. Peop, yo, no one is killing anyone. People will go home, whether they like it or not.
Oh,
People will
but what
go
if
But
home.
they don't? What
South
if they
Are
Africa has
those
don't
nothing
then?
to
are
do with
those
it.
white people from Africa?
They
Like,
will, bro.
so all
There's
right,
no
so
other way.
Kamu,
They will go home,
let,
They're
bro.
Nah,
let's
European.
walk through this then.
People
Let's
will
walk
go
through this
home.
then. Kamu, what
yeah.
is the vehicle? And these are your words. I watched Kofi stream.
Hit
Shout out
me.
Kofi. That was actually a solid stream. He was fair. On there you said that there was 10 to 15 million Nigerians specifically
Yeah,
that were inside South Africa.
without it. No, no, not
This
Nigerians,
isn't.
just illegal foreigners.
Oh, you were just saying illegals. All right, so this isn't even
Yeah,
counting
yeah.
the legals, but 15 million illegals. What is the vehicle to get them out of your country? And 15 million of them uprooted
Mm-hmm.
inside. What is that, like a month? Like
Y'all
what is
legals
the
don't even
vehicle?
got papers, let alone the illegals. Like,
So,
But
so,
how are y'all gonna make
so
this
Q.
happen? Even if they all wanted to do it, how would this
Yeah,
actually happen? Like practically.
yeah. So Q. Let me say, over the past month, we have
Okay.
been able to get attention from Nigerian government and Ghanaian government, Tanzania, Malawi, several African governments, right?
What the
We have
fuck
been
Johnny
able to
looking
get
at?
that.
Yeah, Johnny is wilding.
Yeah.
Johnny, got a little
What's
horse going
Johnny
happening,
on,
bro?
man.
P, yo.
Clearly, Johnny likes Unpacked and porn at the same time for some reason. That's
What's
crazy.
that with that
Yo,
one?
Johnny, that
Yeah,
was
It was
What?
not
crazy,
porn. It was
Johnny.
not
That
I
was
love
porn.
it.
crazy,
Hey
yo.
man,
Hold their horses. Jesus.
God
somebody.
damn.
Okay, all right. Somebody.
Yo, yo,
Listen,
yo,
I
let's
was
stay
about to
Somebody.
focused,
say,
man. Let's,
Somebody
Wow,
send you a
boy.
reel, and
hey,
now
hey,
it's porn.
Oh,
God damn.
Johnny, you
Somebody
gotta
send you a
relax,
reel.
bro.
hey,
That
let's,
God
my bad.
damn.
is
What did
Somebody
that sound
send
like
you
to
a
you?
damn,
reel.
nigga. You on camera
Somebody.
with the
yo,
mic
Somebody.
on, doing stuff
Somebody
like that,
send you a
Johnny. That's
reel.
not
Oh.
right,
Well,
boy.
you could have muted
Damn.
your mic.
let's
Anything could
stay
have happened.
focused, man.
I thought I was muted. Hey, that's y'all got
Oh
it. Y'all got
wow.
it. Y'all got
Let's stay focused, man.
Um, but really quick, Kamu, just to
Yeah,
interject you real quick.
yeah.
I would love Desi just to give your POV on where we're at in the conversation.
Okay. Are you gonna ask me the question again,
Or
or
I
you
was
just in
I,
general?
yeah,
I
just
mean, you
in
said a lot.
general.
I mean, I don't know, Camel. You said a lot. I mean, a lot of things were entertaining but scary at the same time. You're entitled to your opinion, but it's just very unfortunate. It's unfortunate that this is where we're at as a people. To be honest, I mean, this is my big take on it as a with someone with the sociology background. The reality is, all the things that you've accused all these immigrants of doing, they're still going to exist, even if you ever had this utopia where none of us live in your country, because that's human nature. These things are
Mhm.
going to happen no matter where you are in the world. It's just like people who try to fear monger you when you travel to a country, and then you're just like, but wait, isn't your country like filled with mass shootings, kidnappings, and all these other things? Like, so what makes you think you're so different? I mean, the craziest is when people are like when we generalize a group of people to the point that you don't even realize you have like next door neighbors and family members who act the same exact way. Like, I don't know. I just think it's a strange way to put your shortcomings on a completely different group of people. I think it's lazy almost to think like that, but you're entitled to your opinion, I guess.
So, and I think we're getting somewhere, right? Why am I saying that? I'm saying we're getting somewhere because if I compare the movement that's going on right now with the movement that happened in 2008, 2011, and around 2021,
Yeah, it always happens
this
every
is the
couple
first
of
time.
years.
This, this is no. This is the first time we're able to get actual government officials commenting on this issue, and now
You sure about
you
that?
have you have well, I mean, it's happening, bro. I promise you. We have a Ghanaian government. Yo, man, you gotta allow me to speak. Gee.
Childish.
So
Sorry,
they're
sorry.
all they're still all kind of on Johnny right now
Hey,
in
you
the whole
look at my
incident.
hand. So,
Yeah, the chat killing him. Keep
Yo,
going,
I
yo,
know.
Kamu.
I
The
yo,
see.
laughter
yo.
is not towards you. It's not towards you.
You gotta allow me to land my plane, bro. Come on.
Go
So
ahead,
yeah,
brother.
I'm saying when a Daisy, we are actually getting somewhere, right? This has never happened before that we're able to get like government officials commenting on this issue. Even Nigerian Senate or parliamentarians are sanctioning South African companies. You know, they want them out and all of that. Now there's a two-way
As
communication in
retaliation.
this regard. You understand, which is fine for me. We've never been able to get to that level, right? We're just seen as these crazy people who are, I don't know. But the fact that we are able to get this level of attention, it shows that we are actually going somewhere. Ghana has sent, I think, more for now, has repatriated more than 400 people, at least for now, and they constantly issue statements on their Twitter feed that any Ghanaian who wishes to come home, they must consult them and all of that.
But this was not
I'm not too
new.
sure
This
about
was
Nigeria.
happening years ago too. I'm trying to figure out why
No,
this
no, no,
keeps
it's
happening.
no, it's never, no, Daisy, it's never happened. It's never
Hold up.
happened like
Let
that.
me ask Daisy. When
Air
did it
Peace
happen?
a
Yeah,
couple
when did it
years
happen?
ago.
When
And a couple years ago, Nigeria, one of their premier airlines called Air Peace, they had to the owner of Air Peace was literally flying Nigerians out of South Africa the last time they did this. This
what
is
year was
always
that
happening.
roughly?
I would say about in the last 5 to 10 years, even less than
Oh
10 years.
wow.
This thing is not like within our
But
lifetime.
why
Within the
why was
last
this why was the airline flying Nigerians out of South Africa at that time?
for the same issues that we're talking about today, the same like they will attack us whenever they feel like okay, we're doing an uprising, and I don't know, just these things don't ever pan out for the Africans. Like I mean, you see what white people have done. So I just trying to figure out like, are you guys going to be successful again? Are we going to keep doing this over and over until we like just
No, no.
chill out?
To be honest, I'm not particularly sure. I'm not particularly sure with the case you're talking about. But also, you are mentioning a private citizen here, which is,
Uh,
yeah, it's something, but it's, it's different. We are talking about government officials right now, which is, and a government officials also parliamentary level. This is way too different. And I think we're getting somewhere. We even have a Ghanaian official that a Ghanaian ambassador that was able to repatriate a Ghanaian man, and they are parading him now as an ambassador. That man as a PR
the
for
year was
people to come
2019,
back
by the
home.
way. It was 2019.
No, 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 no. Oh,
I
okay.
just,
I got you.
yeah,
Thank you for that.
I just looked it
Now
up.
they are parading. Ghanaian government is parading this man who was humiliated in South Africa for being illegal. They are parading him as a um come back home type of thing. We will fund your businesses. We will help you to get um, you know, hit the ground running in Ghana. And for us, it's a positive. We are happy to see that. We are fixing the continent. And as far as Nigeria, I'm not particularly sure. But if they sanction South African companies, it will be good for us you know, um, because those are white-owned companies and companies owned by politicians. They have nothing to do with us mostly, and yeah, man, I think by the 30th, if people are still here, they're gonna face the smoke, but they're gonna feel uncomfortable, and they definitely gonna go home.
Uh,
We're
so,
gonna
uh,
make sure of that.
Kamu, is there a working case study that we can point to where this has worked inside like modern history? The idea of exiling a specific group and it then being beneficial for the is that the no like
This North
the
Koreans, right?
downtrodden
They
group.
did it. I don't know who else did it. North Koreans. We have
Um,
Like
I'm not sure about benefiting the populace, but Nigeria has done it. They have gotten rid of. Okay, okay. I have one. Something
Don't
just
put
okay.
them
just
in
hit me in
the.
my. Now no, no, Daisy got rid of Ghanaians. Something just hit me. We had a case of Uganda under Idi Amin. They got rid of the Indians, and Ugandans were able to get some dough from that.
Uganda still
You
trash.
remember that Idi Amin was a tyrant, and the people ended up exiling him later on in his term. I think
So
that
what
was.
does that have to do with him getting rid of Indians? I mean,
But did the quality of
So
life
did it work?
change? So
Yeah.
did yeah,
yes,
I'm asking.
yeah, they were able to get some dough.
So
Got it?
today the quality of life in
Yo,
Uganda is better.
yeah.
Uganda
Key
hasn't developed.
facts.
It's really like
I mean,
Uganda's one of the least
I
developed.
mean, Uganda is the
Like,
third.
be real.
No, 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 no. This is how. No, hold on, hold on. This is how you see that a society is thriving. Uganda is the third um most country with immigrants. So it's South Africa, it's Ivory Coast, and then Uganda. That's
But they
how you
got a
see
lot of
that a
immigrants
society is
because
thriving,
of
right?
it's so cheap there and it's easy
We need to
to
fact check that. I mean, I'm about to
Kamu,
Yeah,
look
what
that
are
up.
you saying, bro? It don't even make sense what you're saying just now. It don't even line up. They rich
what?
because they got immigrants, but you trying to kick them out.
No, 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 no. I'm saying one of the measures you use to see that a society is functioning is that they have a lot of immigrants. But that has nothing to do with them getting rid of Indians. I'm saying when they got rid of Indians, Ugandan people were able to make gains in certain areas of their economy, which later translated to influx of immigrants. And look, I'm not saying to you if we get rid of illegal immigrants on the 30th of June, in future South Africa will not have immigrants. Of course, there will be immigrants,
Hey,
but there will be
Kamu,
at least a standard of law. You know, there will be
Which
some
is what I
standard of
asked
law
earlier.
that people should be able to uphold to.
Yeah, I mean that's I asked you that
Yeah,
question like
go
maybe
ahead,
30,
go
40
ahead, Johnny.
minutes ago.
I was gonna say like in America, like we try to get rid of our immigrants, so you see what it's doing to our country. Like it ain't really been like too much of a good thing for us. As far as like if you're a capitalist society and you depend on cheap labor, the immigrants is like the cheapest labor.
The thing is, it's not nothing wrong with doing it. It's how people going about doing it and their reasonings for doing it. Like when it's kind of rooted in projection and hate and things. It's like it hasn't led nobody in no positive direction. Like in Uganda, they still one of
Yo,
the
A
least
Black, can I ask you a
undeveloped.
question?
Hold on, let me finish. Let me land my plane. Like let you land your plane.
Okay.
Like that example with
Highlight me,
Uganda is perfect because they went at the Indians because they were an easy target, and India was dealing with their own troubles, and they can't get into an interior country to come and defend their own people. So, by the time Idi Amin did what he did, it was an easy target, and it's the same situation. And Americans do it here, like and everybody uses the same thing. They're trying to take your jobs. They're trying to take your land. That's how Hitler convinced the Germans that the Jews was taking over. Like it's the same playbook in every country, but there hasn't been any major advancement for us doing that to each other. And I think that's kind of like the whole point of this thing. Like we can draw from examples, many examples in history, but for us, for melanated people, going at kicking people out, setting deadlines that we know what's gonna happen. Somebody go die, they go you talking about how many people got killed in the streets and the same old shit that we see. And where's the wealth? Where's the productivity that's coming out of this? Like this violence, this if y'all magically do get all the black immigrants out of there, then what? It's like you still have your own issues, your own unemployment. Like, or do you want to do the jobs that they were doing? A lot of their jobs are businesses they started. They're not going and taking like jobs at Amazon and shit. They come and setting up shop, creating industry, and it's like compete. Like, why are we fighting in the streets? Compete. If this is your home, you should be able to compete. There are a very small percentage of people coming to not make no real impact, but all I hear is Ethiopians, Nigerians, Ghanaians, they're coming and doing this and taking this. Why? Because you're allowing it, because you are lacking competence in areas that where people can come from other countries and take your shit over, take your streets over. And the only thing you can do is we go get violent and brutal and walk around with fucking cheetah skins on like we some real Zulus with collar shirts underneath and attack people that look like us while the white
You gotta
settlers
learn, bro.
in
You
their
gotta learn.
cribs, chilling, still owning the majority of the shit, still running the government puppets and shit. And these niggas is unemployed. They don't got no time but to protest and walk in the street and project hate. That's all it is. It's just hate permeating
I
around the
guess they
globe.
ain't got
Yo,
no job. I guess they ain't got no job to go to.
When you ain't got no
can I,
job, like
All the
can
drug
I, can
dealing
I,
Nigerians.
we had the most protests during COVID because niggas couldn't go to work. So we all outside, George
can
Floyd,
I,
whatever.
yo,
Like
A Black, can I
you
push
got no
back, bro?
job, you can do that. But they're not going to the government, to the white people. You attacking people who can't
You
defend
haven't
themselves.
addressed that point, Kamu. I have to say you've been ducking that point this whole show.
Yeah, hey,
Which
and
one?
before Kamu hops in,
Which
because
one?
I know you're nipping at the bits. Chuck, shout out. Chuck said he gonna be heard. Shout out to the super chat from Chuck. Chuck said 50% of South African oil imports come from Nigeria. Alienating trading partners is bad for your economy. Why not let the police enforce immigration policies? Our brother Ron Dwan has pulled up on us. Shout out Ron Dwan. He is also super chatted. He said they sold us. They get their pockets ran by every other race, then run to the States instead of developing their home. They're weakest over there. All right, Kamu.
So,
Niggas
oh
paying
man,
to shit on that.
the things A Black said, man, escaped my head now. So, A Black, I think you're being disingenuous, man, in addressing this issue, right? So, number one, you're talking about competing. How do you compete with someone who's not even traceable in the system, bro? Do you understand that these people have mafia gangs? When you try to get into that business, they take you out. You die. You die. And when you die, no one gets arrested. No one accounts for anything. They don't have fingerprints in the system, which speaks back to our government corruption. And they corner certain markets. And you expect us to allow that just in the name of being Africans and being
Hold on, I
competitive.
don't mean to
And
interrupt
hold
you,
on, no, hold on. Talking about being competitive, we have over 1.5 million university graduates who are unable to get jobs in South Africa. Do you understand how crazy that is, bro? There's no scarcity of skills. There's just pure corruption going on. And for us to sit back and
okay,
say, look,
I agree.
bro, we,
bro.
you
First
know,
off,
it's
But
it's
how
crazy.
is that
corruption.
the immigrants' fault?
It's corruption. It's the corruption everywhere. The people that's being attacked
And
is not
you
no
are
like
attacking people
shadowy.
to make the
It's not
corrupt people
y'all
be
are
on your side.
attacking the corrupt people are shadowy mafia dudes. Like it's weak people. It's weak people, homely old men that's being attacked. It's not mafia dudes. It's not no thug drug dealers. It's like
Easy, sir.
ladies in the streets. It's niggas that's been living there for years, and it's not none of these dastardly people that are causing all of this shit. So like my frustration is like anytime I see us going at each other, it need to be strategic reasons. Like the people,
No,
maybe I'm
but
seeing a
but A Black,
algorithm.
A Black,
You live there, but
A
are
Black,
y'all attacking the drug dealers? Are y'all attacking the dudes that you're
A
saying that are
Black,
cornering the markets and
A
shit?
Black.
Like,
But why are you dismissive, man? We just got
no,
rid
I'm
of
not
the
dismissing. I'm not
biggest
dismissing. I'm,
policeman.
I'm
You
just saying
are.
it's like,
You
why does it
are.
feel like the
So
innocent
isn't
people are
isn't
being
isn't
attacked?
isn't isn't South Africa's isn't South Africa's police system a system that is run by an
Let me tell you why I
individual?
dismissed it. Let me tell you
We
why I
got rid of
dismiss it,
him
Kamu.
now.
Let me tell you why I
Okay.
dismiss it. Because we see it in the US all the time. Somebody's gonna take the fall. There's always a fall guy. And the fall guy can sometimes be at the top of the pyramid, but somebody's gonna take the blame and will suffer the consequence. So like being able to take down an individual person who's a part of a system does not mean you dismantle the system that person was a part of. And when you start talking about again, like how corrupt your government is, like hell, you still have yet to answer this question about the logic of how is it that you've got a government of people that look like you, yet these are the same people empowering immigrants to come in and take over your industries, one,
Hmm.
and then these are the same people you think are going to create laws to help you, too. Why do you think
They have
attacking
created
immigrants
laws.
is going to change that?
Kill the boy.
They have. We have. No. We have forced them to create laws. They have amended laws, and they have been taking actions. They have been sending people to jail. You know, so it's not like we're not moving the tide. Q, we are, bro. There are things are happening, bro. Even the president, we nearly got rid of the president. That's how much we are pushing, bro. So to say that um being able to get rid of certain officials in high status jobs doesn't do anything. I mean, how is it not when literally laws are being amended and enforcement is being made today okay, yesterday there's an entire street in Johannesburg that was run by Ethiopian mafia, and they had erected illegal structures. That was demolished, man. The mayor went there and they demolished everything. That's how far we are pushing these people to act. So for you guys to dismiss that as if it's nothing, man, we are getting somewhere here, bro. Come on. You gotta give us credit, man. Come on, man.
Credit for what?
The Ethiopian
Like
mafia.
credit for what? For kicking some people out the country? Is that what the credit should be for?
Credit for making gains. G.
For
Credit
making
for
what?
making gains.
Hey, can I?
Gains. Okay.
Gains.
If you look at the Sahel region,
Progress.
it's been a lot of African countries that have been kicking the French out,
Mm.
like
I mean,
Burkina
but
Faso, and I feel
they
like that's what
they
like
white though. They white though, and colonizers, and they trying to regain their sovereignty and reduce infiltration and shit. So that's different than black immigrants. Like you kicking your colonizer out is different than kicking out your
no,
brother.
that's the point I'm
No,
making. I'm
no, no,
saying,
no, 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 no,
but
no.
like in South Africa,
Okay.
like they're kicking white people out up there. You can kick white people out in South Africa too.
I mean, they tried that, but then
Yo,
that wakes up U.S. and Britain, and then they start shipping them over to U.S. and threatening
thank you.
embargoes and
So
trade. So they
Johnny,
don't want to fuck the white people for too long.
thank you, A Black, for bringing that up. Johnny, you also have to understand the consequence of doing that. The consequence of attacking white people. When you have people that are supposed to be helping you as your brothers, and they also envy you. So it's double homicide, bro. You can't do that. When we get
But
rid of white people,
but
why Nigeria? No, no, no.
I'm
Let me
saying,
let me
but
let
like,
me let.
but attacking
Why
your brother versus
we're
attacking
not
the
attacking anyone, bro?
Yeah,
Just
so
go
but Kamo,
home.
you're saying you're attacking people because there's no consequence.
No, no, no one is attacking anyone. People must go home. Gee, no one is attacking anyone. Why is it difficult for you to understand that? But just go home, bro.
But Kamo, people are getting attacked.
You,
That's what was being
The
reported.
white
People are
nah,
people
getting
should go
attacked.
yeah.
home
Tell
though.
tell the
nah,
boy to go home. What
bro.
happened to kill the
We will
boy?
do that. Don't worry about that, Johnny. We got that, bro. It's gonna happen. Don't worry about that,
Relax,
brother.
right?
Kill the boy.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Like you gotta
happen,
kill.
bro.
You gotta, but like don't kill your brother. Kill the boy.
No one is killing no brother, man. Brothers must go home. They have their homes.
That's nice. Okay.
When call
Man, my
in.
light done fucked up. I gotta get home. Hey, get it. Hey, I gotta get this thing. I'm just fucking with you, Cowboy. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do because it's y'all country. But like, I'm just saying, like in
It's not.
America, I know. Well, no. But I'm saying in America, I had the same resentment when like black people want to kill each other, and then you see the white man like Chud the Builder.
No,
We'll
it's
do
okay.
shit to him.
It's not comparable, Johnny. It's not comparable. It's not
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
comparable.
your
don't
situation, man,
don't
is
kill your
is
brother, kill
just
the
way
boy.
too
That's all I'm saying.
We are
Like,
no, Johnny, no. Kamu don't even view them as the same brothers. Like they're not even like you know like so let's actually take this and move it a little forward because let me just go around the circle here and see who identifies as Pan-African. Hey, Black, do you consider yourself a Pan-African?
Yes.
Des, do you consider yourself a Pan-African?
Absolutely. Yes.
Johnny, do you consider yourself a Pan-African?
a Fifth Amendment, come back to me. I don't know. But
Hey
like,
Q, hey Q, can you come off mute just real quick? Do you consider yourself a Pan-African? All right. And Kamu, do you consider yourself a Pan-African?
without a doubt, bro. Without yo, I think okay. When you ask this
Kamu, I
question,
didn't ask you to filibuster. Kamu, hold on. We
Yes,
about to move it forward. All right. So we got 3 self-identifying Pan-Africans on the call, for sure. But seemingly don't have the same idea what Pan-Africanism looks like, specifically on the continent of Africa.
That's why I pleaded the fifth.
So Kamu, I'm gonna let you rest for a second, but I like to hear from the other Pan-Africans. So my question, I like to hear from A Black, then Des. The question is, no, I'm not Pan-African. The question is, A Black, what do you consider Pan-Africanism, and what ultimately does that look like, in your opinion, on the continent of Africa? Like, and it's the same question for both y'all. But A Black, we'll start with you.
Yeah, for me, it's just unification of the diaspora around the globe that either was dispersed or been in around the world, but unifying that, finding strength, and knowing that we were with each other before certain borders were drawn. Also appreciating our differences, but knowing that we the same. We might have different accents, different languages, went different places, but inevitably, we really the same. And so it's just kind of that unifying thing.
And
For
what makes
me,
us the same? Just so we're on the same page.
that we from African descent. We descended from Africa.
Descend from Africa, but more specifically, right? We're not talking out of Africa theory, where all humans descend from Africa. Are we talking about descend from transatlantic slave trade, or are we talking like just paint some more context to what we mean by diaspora? Because everybody's African.
For me, that's what it is, and anybody who has a large percentage of descendancy from Africa, not just like you got a 2%. Yet everything life started there, civilization started there, but it's people that have been far removed from thousands of years, and some that have not, and so those mainly the melanated people of the world, to me, are African descent.
So melanated, like brown, like in India and Asia as well. Do they count in Pan-Africanism?
I mean, it depends on when you get into there. It depends on what they identify as, because a lot of them do have African mixtures and stuff. So you might find Afro Indians, Afro Cubans, Afro people who acknowledge their ancestry came from Africa somewhere, and some don't. And so when it comes to that, it's just like, well, what you identify, because it's still an identifier. Like, you might not be Pan Africanism, but you still African at the end of the day.
Okay. All right. AQ, your background's a little loud. Hey, Dez, can we hear from you as it relates to the same question? What does Pan-African mean to you, and what do you think that looks like on the continent?
So, Pan-Africanism, kind of to piggyback off A Black, like, I feel like anybody, a black skinned person, whether they're in Melanesia, South America, Africa, Caribbeans, wherever they are, like, I feel like you have the ability to be involved in their community, whether it's doing commerce or being involved, like, by living there without threats. I do say respect people's ancestral land, but that's another conversation, because, that's your father's land, and it's village conversation, like around the rural way of life. I wouldn't want to impose on that out of respect, but I want to be able to go to an African country, or let's say Brazil, which has the highest rate of Black people in the Western Hemisphere. Like, I would like to go somewhere like that and feel like at home and find connections in my way of life and your way of life, which is what I do anyways. Whenever I go to, whether it's a Black American household or a Caribbean or another African from elsewhere, whatever the case, any Black skinned person that I meet and I become friends with, I'm always drawing those parallels, and those parallels are very strong. And so because of that, my heart is open to all things Black and people who look like me. And I do agree that there are Indians of African descent. I mean, you have the Sentinel Islands that is off the coast of India, and those people haven't been, for the most part, they haven't been disturbed, but as far as their genealogy is concerned, and they look like us. So yes, it's already understood, historically speaking, that yes, the Indians sailed the Indian Sea and they went up there. Is it sea or ocean? But anyways,
Indian Ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, sea sounded too small.
Yeah.
But ocean. So I'm not trying to go on a whole like rant or anything, but you get my point. I like the ability to see myself in all things Black. And because of that, I want to feel respected when I go to a majority, predominantly Black nation. I want to feel seen by my people. There's a lot of, nonverbal cues that we always joke about and say that we have, but some people want to say that they don't respect the Pan-African stuff. And I don't know. I just feel like it's all in us. So,
okay.
anyways, all right.
All right. Word. All right, so
Hey,
Kamu, before we go to Kamu, so Johnny, we're gonna circle back to you because you pled the fifth, but now you seem like you ready to speak on something. But
oh
before you speak,
no. Speaking of five, I got 5 people backstage. Tell me who you want.
hold on. So wait. Who you so we hold
Got
up.
5 of them.
Hold up. Who name the five,
Wait,
Johnny?
Johnny,
You got
let the conversation. It's
Is
it's
this
going to
are the
develop.
five ready, are the five after show five or
it's Fat Boy Trey, Old Man Kofi, and Chuck.
oh
Oh.
no. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now.
I got 5.
Who's
I
on
got
camera? How many are on camera? How many
I ain't
are
got
on
a,
camera?
I ain't got a single, I ain't got a single
That's a
camera on
legendary
either.
five.
How
I ain't
many
got,
are on
Bring
camera?
him
How
up.
many are on
I ain't
camera?
got a single camera
Hey,
on.
listen, that's a legendary
That's
five.
a toxic mix. That's a toxic mix of panel right there in the
That's why
backstage right
I
now.
say like I don't know who we want to go with, but I got 5 of them.
No. You said hold on, Johnny. Say him again. You said Fat Boy,
Fat Boy,
Chuck,
FBA Trey,
FBA Trey,
Old Man. He got Debo down there,
Old
Kofi,
Man,
and Kofi.
and Kofi. All right, so definitely not Kofi. All right, definitely not Kofi. Old man
Give,
can get a pass.
give Fat
Old
Boy a
man get
shot.
priority. Old
He
man
been
get
asking to
priority
come
because
up.
old man is loyal and well Johnny's out of here, but old man get the priority. So Johnny gonna take. I thought he was gonna take a side here. We gonna have to save some for the after show. Pause. So
Yeah.
especially that mix of Chuck, Kofi, Fat Boy, Trey. It's crazy. Like that's
They
just
gonna get
we won't have no more dialogue. So give us another 30 minutes at least before we bring up those folks.
You know, this shit was too crazy. This shit
Old
made
man,
my
we can let
internet
up.
go out.
Old man, we can let up. Old man, so but Johnny, are you picking a side here yet? Are you Pan-African or nah?
No, I ain't picking the side. I want people to go, and yeah, I ain't got.
But Johnny, do you identify as Pan-African or nah? It's a simple.
I'm a Black American, so like I feel like being Pan African may have some benefit, but I'm a Black American.
So does that mean yes or no, nigga?
Nigga, it mean what they said, bro. Like
Johnny beating around the bush to say yes.
Yo, like, come on, like, are you
it mean what I
Pan-African or
said,
not,
bro.
nigga? Like,
God
what are we
damn.
saying? Like,
It mean what I said.
I
I
don't
said
know.
it.
I didn't get a
I
yes
said it
or
exactly how
no.
I meant it.
I know
He got one of them white girls
three
watching.
clear Pan-Africans
Hey, I
He got
put
one of the
old
white
man
girls
on
watching.
in
here,
a
man.
possible. I got three in a possible right now. That is
Old
what you're
man.
saying.
Hey, FBA Trey turned his camera on.
All right, but he gotta wait.
Okay.
He gotta wait. All right. So Kamu, because I know that none of them niggas. I know who's Pan-African and who's not in the backstage. Pause. So Kamu, what's your perception of Pan? Because you said for sure. So you're on a call here with two other of your fellow Pan-Africans, but yet y'all seem to be worlds apart here on what that means for Pan-Africanism. So Kamu, what is that Pan-Africanism vision for yourself, and what does that look like on the continent?
Okay. So let me start by saying Pan-Africanism is a political ideology that emerged in the 1800s, and then it was solidified right in the dot of 1900, right when we had a conference in London. Now, what does Pan-African speak to? Two things: are you biologically black? Do you look black? Number two, are you psychologically black? Do you identify with the ideas of your ancestors?
Okay,
Right?
sounds like the
And
immigrants y'all fighting.
and now when people talk about Pan-Africanism, the highest stage of Pan-Africanism is Gaviism. Gaviism speaks to Africa for Africans, which is where the ideology of Pan-Africanism lies in Africa. Africa for Africans, those at home and abroad. When he speaks about those at home is within African countries, and those abroad is the diaspora. Now, what are the fundamental elements of African Pan-Africanism? Is international trade, sovereign respect and furthering the struggle, right? Marcus Garvey spoke about these things before we even had a single state in Africa, and today we have 54. And what we seem to be seeing, the pattern that's happening in Africa is that people are running away from responsibility in the name of Pan Africanism, and people like myself are able to call that out. No Africa will stand without every corner of Africa being able to stand on its own,
But Kamu,
right?
hold up. But just
Now,
pause. Just pause. Just Kamu. Just repeat that last sentence you just said. Repeat the last sentence you just said.
so no
No corner
Africa,
of Africa says
no Africa will stand without every corner of Africa being able to stand on its own.
without every
And this
corner
is
at
a
best standing its own. Okay, okay, I hear what you're saying. Okay,
yeah, and this is yeah.
so hold up. Let's just pause right there. So help me understanding how we got three Pan Africans on the panel, but yet Kamu, you're the one who seemingly doesn't agree with the other Pan Africans as it relates to what's going on in South Africa. Tell me why you think that is.
I think two other Pan Africanists that spoke before me negate their domestic responsibilities, which is fundamentally detrimental for Pan Africanism as an ideology. In order for us to okay, for an example, we just signed the Africa Free Trade movement, right? We're gonna be able to move goods throughout Africa with I think one passport or some shit like that. And how will that be achieved if they could only come to trade in South Africa, and the only industrialized part of Africa is in the south? It will never make sense. It will just cause
The
chaos,
only
right?
industrial
Is
The
so
only
Africa
time,
in the South.
is South Africa considered the most developed country on the continent? Is that like a clear cut statement, or is it
yeah,
arguable?
no, it is a clear
Most
cut. South Africa is the
industrialized.
most industrialized. Yeah, it's the most industrialized economy on the
So when the
continent.
first time you said the South, so do you mean South Africa or do you mean the entire region of the South of
No, I mean South Africa specifically, to be honest with you, because
Okay,
Zimbabwe
that
is
makes
kind of
more sense. I
industrialized,
thought maybe
but
it is.
I didn't get that. Say that again.
No. You clarified for me. That's why I made that face the first time because I was confused.
Oh yeah. So so it's gonna be chaotic. Think about it. We are able to trade amongst ourselves, but we are relying on just this one piece corner of the continent to, it's not fair. It's gonna be chaotic, and we're gonna end up, killing each other, and that's not
That's not
where
the question
we
he
envision
asked.
Pan
What did he
Africanism.
ask? I feel like he's off topic. Sorry,
No,
Cam.
no, he asked.
No, Desi, go ahead.
No, that's not the question. I just feel like I'm losing track of what your answer is, Kama, and I'm like, wait, that's not the original question. You mind repeating the question so
No, no,
I
no.
can assure that we're on the same page?
Oh, Q, go ahead. Q, G, go ahead. Repeat the
Repeat the
question.
question.
All right, so as it relates to South Africa, we were talking about the Pan African and the fact that all three of y'all identify as Pan African, but the reality is that you see what's going on in South Africa different than your Pan African brethren. And so I'm asking you, Kamu, why do you think there's a disconnect? If you're if everybody's Pan African, why is it that you're the one who seemingly isn't down with your other Pan Africanists on the panel?
Oh yeah. I clarified that I feel like the two Pan Africanists on the panel don't they kind of negate their domestic obligation, which is going to be detrimental for this vision we have of uniting as a people, as a continent, and all of that.
Before we keep
And they
going,
can
can
they
you
can push
describe
that
what your
into
domestic obligation is? Like define it in your own way. So what is, because an obligation
Okay,
can low-key be subjective. So I need to know what the domestic obligation is so I can agree to say that that matters to me.
okay.
What is it?
Okay, so for an example, your obligation as a Nigerian is to make sure that Nigeria is functional, right? Even if you're not in Nigeria, but it's to make sure that you criticize the leaders, you make sure that Nigeria gets to a path that you see fit for the next generation to inherit. And I don't get that from a lot of Nigerians. It seems like they don't care about Nigeria, what's going on.
You
It's
can't
like,
measure that
whatever
though.
the
So I feel
country.
like it's unfair to say that because it's not measured properly. I can tell you a lot of
Okay, but
people who go back and forth to Nigeria to make Nigeria happen, make Nigeria great again. So I feel like you need to give me real hardcore numbers because you're just using feelings right now. That's not fair.
okay, okay, that's yeah. I agree with you. It's just purely based on the people I interact with. I don't see
Yes, which is so few. Those the
the
drug dealers, right? They're not a good representation of Nigerians. You only know the drug dealers, I'm assuming, because they live in South Africa with you. There's no other Nigerians there.
okay, but
So they're a
I'm not
really
even
bad
talking about.
example.
But Daisy, I'm not even talking about like this generation. We can like go back. Like Nigeria's most famous intellectual, Chine Achebe.
No,
He
he's
died
not.
in a. Sorry.
He's not the most like intellectual person. We have
Yeah, but
several people in my family who made
yeah, but
history.
he's one of the most prominent. Let's
Authors.
face
Say
it
what he
now.
is. He's an author. He's not the
Yeah,
most
yeah, yeah,
intellectual. He
yeah.
is not the most highest achieving.
Okay,
We have
okay,
Nnamdi Azikiwe.
okay.
Nnamdi Azikiwe went to Howard University. Do you know that? He was the first president of
Exactly. I
Nigeria.
was gonna come to
So,
Ezekwe. I was gonna
I
come to Emmanuel
mean,
Ezekwe. You understand? So,
okay, but for
Man
you to see Chinwe
Ezekwe.
Achebe is very short-sighted. I'm just trying to make it make sense.
Yeah, I was gonna come to achieve Emmanuel Ezekwe. So, Chino Achebe
Yes,
died in a foreign country. To me, it's just like, bro, like you wrote so beautifully about how you wish for Africa to be. How would you even not die in your home? Like, you know what I mean. So I feel like the obligation is negated in that regard. You
I have
understand?
to say something because I have to. So you want to use Chinwe Achebe as an example. So I'm about to cook for real. I'm not sure if you guys are all familiar with him, but we're talking about the famous author who wrote Things Fall Apart and many other great books like No Longer at Ease. A lot of great stuff he's written. His contribution to making Nigeria great again is exactly his literary works. Everybody has different obligations. Everyone has different talents. For you to sit here and say, "Oh, he died in a fork," no one can control where they die. Maybe he was sometimes living in Nigeria, sometimes living in England, or wherever he died. May he rest in peace. However, what you're saying doesn't make sense because I think that he did
Okay,
contribute to his society by letting us know more about the culture. That's a huge contribution to
okay.
society. You're
Let
you're
me let me just offload.
Hey, Kamu, before
probably
you
a
Okay,
go,
wrong
okay,
person to
okay.
use, actually. Use someone else,
Okay,
not
Daisy,
you.
let me just offload. Okay. Can I please offload that load on Nigeria? Let me just talk about Africa in general.
Yeah,
So
say
we
someone
had
else.
a
hey, Kamu, after you, we're
yeah,
gonna
thank
go
you.
to Steve,
So
old man, then Unc, and then
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
let it
So
go.
so
I'm letting
we
it
had
go.
a black. Thank you. So we had a radical black president in Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe. Radical. He took land from white people. He pissed off England. He pissed off America. He didn't give a fuck, right? And this man to failed his local obligation to affect to a degree that when he got sick as an old man, he went to Singapore for medical treatment and he died in a foreign state. And that's common in Africa. African
Okay.
leaders die in foreign lands. And that's not what Pan Africanism is. If you cannot even create a hospital to take care of yourself, how should anyone, revere your work or anything you were trying to do? It does not make any sense. So, which is why I'm bringing up Chino Achebe. I'm likening him to people like Robert Mugabe and, I mean, the Cameroonian coon. There's a lot of them. They go abroad. They die there. They fuck up their countries and go abroad and die. Some of
But
them
but
come to South Africa, which is
but Camel,
which
my
is
dear
something we don't
Camel,
appreciate.
Mind you,
Darling,
Kamu,
what is
Kamu
the
don't fuck with Nelson
obligation?
Mandela neither. Kamu don't fuck with Nelson Mandela neither.
You shouldn't. That's good. I mean, I get it.
Okay, so word.
Right.
Okay, so
Shouldn't. Okay. Hey, look. Hey,
there we
that's
go. So we learning
commonality.
more from the native Africans.
Common
They don't fuck with
ground. I see
Nelson.
that.
Damn. Okay.
I mean,
Hey, I
in
ain't
his
know
later
that.
years,
They say
in his
fuck
later
Nelson.
years, yeah, he started to act like an
So
op.
Kamu, look, y'all got some common ground right there. Kamu, look at that
Common
smile on
ground.
Kamu's
Look at
face.
that.
I'm his
Look at
sister, remember?
Kamu, look at that. Look at that smile on his face. Hear the Nigerian say fuck
I ain't
Nelson,
never seen a
man. Look at that.
Nigerian make the man smile like that.
Hey man, come on, Kamu.
She said, as he should.
He's right. I agree.
That boy lit up when she was like fuck Nelson, boy.
He
God
blushing. Look at him.
damn.
Nigga, like you saw Patty Man.
Damn. Okay, Kamu.
Talking my language, man.
Hey, that's the way you get the Kamu right. That's
He said,
that's
now you
speaking his
speaking
language
my
right there,
language.
boy. Good gracious.
Kamu said Nelson Mandela was an embarrassment to their nation.
Yeah.
That's
He was an
interesting. I
embarrassment.
don't
Him
think
and
that's
his
like a
wife.
common sentiment over here. And it's just interesting to hear that from, because when we kind of lit Kamu up, pause to say like, yo, I ain't never heard that before. So Des, you mind like explaining your perspective on why you don't really fuck with him like that?
It's just raccoon.
Your sound kind of cut out a little bit. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was just saying it's just giving raccoon activities. He just did a lot of things that his, who he was before he went to jail. And it was just like there are two different people. Like the person he went
Yeah,
to
that's what
before
I
the jail,
said.
that's who we know. That's the one that we like. He was young. He was like in his 20s, and then later on, like when he became president and all the things he did to get there, like he was shooking and driving for the white folks, and that's essentially what it is. And so it takes away from your legacy when you behave like that. It's embarrassing. So that's why if you know the full story, you're not gonna really fuck with him long term.
Word. No, yo, you saying what Kamu said? Y'all probably got more in common than you think. It's crazy, man.
Clearly
It's like
they do.
this is the thing, man. Niggas don't even see the common ground no more, man. That's crazy. It's crazy, man. You got to peel back the layers, man.
As long as she talked to him from across the border, it's all good.
Exactly.
Like, across that border.
Just don't go to Cape Town.
Mandela effect. Y'all know about the Mandela effect. You know, people said that he was dead before he, you know what I'm saying, before he got out of jail. So they was like, really, a lot of people like that wasn't even Mandela that became president. The Mandela effect. You know what I'm saying? That's where the word Mandela effect comes from, because people believe that that wasn't him that they released from jail. It was, you know, as they say, clone or look-alike or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
can we be realistic though about Mandela? Like, what do y'all think a man gonna hold on? Look, like what do y'all
look,
what do y'all think of what do y'all think a man is gonna be after getting tortured and beaten in jail for 30 years?
That's what I was thinking the same thing, but I was
Like that's
you know
like
you
that
right.
context I
was thinking the
You
same
could
thing.
just hold it down.
That context matters. We're not talking about like a Barack Obama character who get to live in freedom in the United States of America, and he not under the threat of violence for 30 years, and he cooning just because that's what he, that's how he choose to live.
Wait. Barack was actually like born out of white womb, so
But
so like it's just a little bit. It's a little bit difficult for me to like to compare niggas that's born out of white wombs to like real coons.
I can name.
It's just a little bit different when you born out the white womb.
I can name multiple black politicians in the United States of America who did never been incarcerated for 30 years of their life, and they do this like that context matters to like how that changes somebody. Like, I think people discount that because we haven't been in jail for 30 years. Like, that's kind of that. Like,
that's kind of crazy.
But Steve, why did you go to jail, bro?
We've been in America
why
for
did you get
30 plus
punished?
years.
What did he go to jail for, Kamu?
Exactly. What did he get punished, bro?
We don't gotta go to jail.
Because this is the real question. Does if y'all are 90% of the population, how can y'all let somebody in prison at that time when he go to jail, the forefront of y'all freedom fight? Because that's a lot to put on the individual. Where's the onus on the population to actually play their part as citizens of South Africa as well?
It started with Shaka Zulu.
Steve, he was not the leading figure at the time, bro.
I mean, but he one of them. Because everybody want to say they are part of the revolution. Hold on.
Yeah.
Everybody want to say they are part of the revolution, but when it's time for them to play their part in the revolution, it's all gonna always go back to one man.
Steve, they don't have no pistols. They ain't got no guns. They scared. That's why they scared of the white man, because they ain't got no guns. They
But
can't go
like
out there
somebody
with them
say,
damn
let's get back on
zebra
topic. Let's
shirts
get
and them spears and go fight them guns.
old
That's
man
why
say
they.
let's
That's
get
why they.
old
That's
man
why
say
they
let's
mad
get
at
back on
them.
topic.
It's crab in the barrel syndrome.
Old man say
That's
let's
what
get
it
back on
is.
topic.
No,
But
but I'm
Pan
serious.
Yo,
African,
Don't lie, man. Nelson Mandela had a pistol. Don't do that,
we
Don't do
let's
that.
get back on topic though. Let's
Y'all
get back
don't
on
have no
topic.
pistol. He had one. His one pistol can fight all them. Y'all ain't got no
Let,
pistols. That's
let's
the
get back on
problem.
topic.
Y'all
Let's get
don't
back
have
on
no
topic.
pistols. That's
The
why y'all want to
issue
fight other black people. Y'all don't want to fight the white people.
the issue with or the biggest contention in Pan-Africanism has always been
Gotta relax.
what is self-sovereignty under Pan-Africanism. That has always been a debate, because on one hand people think, do y'all want to be like the Europeans and have a European Union, in which everybody can travel across
Like an
borders
African Union, right? Yeah,
freely,
exactly.
or
That would make sense.
One currency
or do
type
y'all
shit.
want something different? So that is something Africans is gonna have to figure out. What does sovereignty mean, and what are the rights that all Africans will get on the continent if y'all saying, but first to get
And what
sovereignty,
reparations y'all gonna give Black Americans?
but in order to get sovereignty, you gotta figure out step one. You can't get sovereignty if Europeans is in control of anything on the continent of Africa. I'm sorry, it's no way possible.
Facts, facts,
They're not
facts,
sending no.
facts.
They're not sending them back because they scared of them. They're scared of
No,
them. I'm telling you.
no, my people are never gonna leave. This is
Well,
the
That's what
problem.
I'm saying,
and
man.
if that's the
They want to send everybody back
and
except
if
them.
that's the case, if they never gonna leave, then Pan Africanism doesn't exist. Then
Facts.
it's a figure of the imagination.
Like
Yeah,
that.
It
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It
I agree with
is.
you.
What is the
That's
value of
what it is.
what is
That's
the
exactly
value
what
of
it
it?
is.
What is the value of the ideology if you can't unite to get at the minimum white people off
Mm.
the continent, and then figure out what
Hey,
sovereignty
Yeah,
means to
hey,
Steve.
each one of
Steve.
y'all after the fact?
Hey,
Great
Steve. Let,
point,
let
Steve.
old man
I
go
agree
Yeah,
with
next,
you.
great point.
and then
Boom.
Quincy,
Now we go to old man, and then we go to
and then
Quincy.
Quincy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good talk today. Appreciate it. First thing I want to say, this is not a Pan-African conversation. This is a globalism versus nationalism conversation. So forget about the color of somebody's skin, melanin, how much melanin they have or not. South Africans, anybody, just forget country. Just in your own home, you have the right to invite somebody into your home and kick them out anytime you want, regardless of what anybody thinks. So as a South African or anybody of their own country, they have a right to get rid of anybody they don't want for any reason, as long as they're not being violent and creating a genocide or killing people.
But they are being violent, old man.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I'm
take them
saying.
shoes
That's what
off,
I'm
No, we're
beat
being the
them
not.
most
in the
We're not.
head with
No, no, no,
them.
we're
serious.
not. We're not. No, G, we're
No,
not.
some of
We're
you
not.
are, Kamo. Some
You
of
guys
y'all
are like
are.
burning us.
No, we're not.
I
Some
done
of y'all
seen it
people
now.
are.
I seen that man take that
Hey,
Smith
y'all
off his
gotta
foot and
go
slap
one
that
at a
man in his
time.
face with it.
Kamu, there's been violence online. I just letting you know
No,
it's
no, no,
being
no.
reported.
No, 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 no.
So
That's
as
made
long
up
as they're
stuff,
being
bro. Do not
humane
be
about
violent.
it, and it's tricky because they do have a corrupt government, so they kind of have to work with the government and around the government at the same time. But as long as they're being humane, it's well within their rights to get people they don't want in their country. Now, if they prefer to have white people in their country over black people, it's still within their right. It's not Pan-Africanism. It's nationalism. I'm done.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
Hey,
You're
All
right.
right.
That
that
made a lot
last
of sense.
part. Yeah,
All right. So that's old man Quincy. What you
What up,
got?
Quincy?
What's up, man? Y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yeah, what
man.
up,
It
Quincy?
was. What's up? What's up? Hey, Kofi standing 10 toes down with getting that Nigerian up out of here. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
That's Kamu. You calling him the wrong nigga, man.
Oh, hey, my bad, bro. Oh, Kofi the
Now
Coon.
you
I'm
gotta
sorry,
you
my
gotta
bad.
tap
Kamu,
in, Quincy. It's
Kamu,
been a minute.
Hey,
Kamu.
come on, Quincy, come on, man,
Yeah, my
come on.
bad, my bad. Hey, it's the case, man. It's a crazy case. Sorry about
It's
that,
been
bro.
a minute.
Sorry about that, bro. Hey, but he's standing 10 toes down. Hey, so look, man. A lot of stuff was said. I took notes, but I'm gonna just say one main point though. Pan Africanism has never been real because Africans have always been willing tools and willing colleague of white supremacy since they sold us in slavery, right? And earlier, side note, two things. People, the thing that's amazing is people flee their own countries. Y'all run from your own countries because your government is on the BS, right? And then you move to another people's country, and then their government is on the BS. utilizing you against them, and then you play dumb as if you don't know why they mad about it, right? But you had to leave your whole country because your government was on BS, and then you play dumb like you don't understand that their government is using you. So like Africans and Caribbeans and just anybody, they're always okay with being used as long as they get theirs, right? And then the last thing was, I think earlier you was going around, and this ain't no disrespect to nobody, but it's just something I noticed with Pan Africanism, whether it's Black Americans, whether it's Caribbeans, whether it's Africans on the continent. Honestly, man, Pan Africanists are just Black folks who want something from other Black folks around the country. I mean, that's around the world, right? Whether it's Black Americans who want an identity that they're proud of because or a country that they're proud of, or some history that they're proud of because they ain't proud of being from America. They ain't proud of being from Black American. They want to reach across the damn ocean to Africa to find some sense of pride, right? They want something from Africa. That's why they Pan Africanists. And then when you go to Africans and Caribbeans, they look at Black Americans or South Africans, right? Because they got the economy. They look at us like the golden goose. You know, it's tough in my country, so let me jump ship and run to their countries to get my money up, right? So to me, Pan African is just Negroes who want to get something from other Negroes, no more, no less. Because the truth is, when you if you take FBA and you take South Africans, we don't want anything from anybody outside of leave us the F alone. That's all we want. Just leave us alone, get up out of our business, and leave us alone. But the Pan Africans, they're the ones that want X, Y, and Z from each other. It's a million other things that was said. One of the biggest things with the young lady. I'm sorry, you new to the panel. It's my first time on the same panel with you.
I think we might have manosphered her out of here. She might have got up out of here. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't even say nothing about being a man. I'm sorry, young lady. It was just a comment she said about you. You can't control where you die, but you do 100% control where you live, and that pretty much informs where you're going to die. It depends on where you live. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of like a cop out to say, well, you can't control where you die because you choose where you live. You know, I mean, you know, granted. For the most part, you choose where you live. So that was all. I had more to say, but you know, I don't want to take up too much space on the panel.
Oh, nice guy.
You.
That was pretty that was pretty civilized, man. That was pretty civilized.
I think the last one. If you want to jump in there.
Yeah. This started, you know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, it's supposed to be between Camus and what's his name, Chuck or whatever, from Monday. Now, Camus made it, I don't know if y'all seen it, but Camus did make a little bit of sense on Monday when he was talking. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to explain to them that some about far as in the reason why they speak English isn't because of the Dutch, it's because of the English people. And that kind of, you know what I'm saying, that kind of broke it down a little bit better with it. But Camus today, I don't know what Camus on. Camus is really just like, I don't know whether he's, you know, it seems to me, you know, as old man said, it's their right for them to kick everybody out except the white people. But the reason why they don't want to kick them out is because if you look at the infrastructure of their countries, the spots that are ran particularly by the blacks, I'm not even calling them the real South Africans, are all ran down and have become to the shits. And that's the reason why they don't want their whole country to look like that. That's why, because they have not settled themselves in to being people that can govern a country properly. Until they can do that, they have to leave the white man there so their infrastructure won't look like the damn side of a sewer hole. And that's just, to be honest with it. And that's the reason, but he's not going to say it, but that's the reason why. Right there. All right.
Hey, I wonder if there's a correlation or a comparison to how, if like white people when they're regentrifying the hood, right? It's always the first few people that plant their flags in coming in the hood, right? And generally, for lack of better words, I hate to say this about our people, but you know, we'll go hard at each other around the block, right? But we know if you not under certain circumstance. Now, if white folks on some whatever, they get slapped. It is what it is, right? But if you just pop a white girl or do somebody jogging or walking their dog or whatever, that does come with more than it comes with if you attack another brother.
Hey Quincy, when you say pop a white girl, what you mean?
Either one.
Yeah, we
No,
public, baby. So I don't want to, I mean, I'm talking
Kill, I
about.
kill.
Yeah, with your fists or with other means,
Either
pretty much. But she ain't gonna be here no more, and they got to send the dogs out there. So I'm just saying, I do think there is and I'm gonna be transparent. There is a thing with black folks that we know that when you deal with other black folks, it's a certain level of response that come with that.
That's
when
what Camus said. That's what Camus said.
But
it's true in America too.
That's weakness, though.
That's the truth. That's truth.
Weakness. Like
that's just like all the guys.
We can't sit up and keep arguing and talking about all this stuff we gonna do and all these grapes we gonna bust. But then y'all talking about Becky with a poodle, miniature poodle. Y'all are put too scared to tell her she got to get up off the block.
So Steve, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't bust no grape. You know what I'm saying?
But this is part of the problem with just like
we need to get the great
black people across the world. Like we got smoke for all other black folk. Even if we talking about intra-racial, like FBA on FBA, South African on South African, we understand we can do a certain level of actions towards each other, but then when we up here talking about somebody walking a dog and going to Starbucks, they off
yeah,
limits.
but Steve, we ain't organized.
On low-hanging fruit.
But Steve, we're not organized though. We're not organized like that.
I agree, we not organized. But that's what's so crazy to me.
Of black people that are listen to the size and look at the amount of black people that's here in America versus the amount of black people that is in South Africa. For them not to be whooping their ass, something wrong with them. It just sounds like they're scared. Now people might say we scared, but we not scary as them. They might be the scariest niggas in Africa, in South Africa. They the most gone so far. It sounds like to me. It sounds like everybody else will bust a grape, but they ain't gonna bust shit except bust them outside the head that look like them. Now, if they fought against the people that was doing them wrong instead of the people that's trying to, everybody might be doing wrong, but they want to fight the ones that look like them. They don't want to fight the people that oppress them. Like I said, because they can't govern themselves. They can't do things, even if it's correct. They do not know how to govern themselves. That's why they want to fight the other people. They want to get them out. So if they do get their reparations correct and all this stuff, nobody else will obtain them except them. That's why they want them out, really. It's because they're scared, and they know they can't govern themselves. That's it.
Hey, can I ask Kamu a question? Related to that, can I ask Kamu a question? Hey, Kamu, the day-to-day South African in your day-to-day lives, how often do you all actually interact with the, what y'all call them, South Afrikaners or the white folks in South? How often do y'all interact with them?
Opening doors for them all day.
No, we're not talking about the people who are working. We're talking about the day-to-day people just out and about going to get something to eat. Not that you work around them and you're not, but day-to-day folks.
Yeah, so to be honest, was that Quincy?
My question is, how much do you all actually interact with
I'm
the
asking,
white?
was it Quincy speaking?
Yeah, that's Quincy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Quincy, man. To be honest, we don't interact with white people. I mean, I could go like for months without even seeing them. You see them not unless you go to the mall or But I mean, I'm in downtown Joburg, bro. I don't see them.
Gotcha. So now my other question is, the Africans who do migrate to South Africa from wherever they come from, how often do you see them?
Yo, bro, on a daily basis, they're literally on every corner in the country, bro. Selling tomatoes and all of that.
Does everybody see what I'm getting at, right? So I 100% do agree that there is a degree of white folks organized, and there's a degree of when you get at them, it comes with certain. You gotta be ready because it comes with something different, right? But it all really boils down to proximity, right? Just like in America, they come and they plot in our neighborhoods. They go to our schools, right? So you butt heads with them. They always they say the cliche, booty trap stuff or whatever. It's like all this, like they're plopped in their neighborhood, so that's what they're going to see on a day-to-day basis. So of course, like that's who you go bump with. That's who you go bump heads with.
But at the same time, Quincy, I do think
I
there's
appreciate
something to
no.
be said about the fact that what was acknowledged is we know going after this group doesn't have the same consequences as going after this group. And so when you're making conscious decisions on like who you're going to, like hold that line on versus just holding the line on everybody, it does kind of then make you seem like just not as thorough as you might present, because you're intentionally acknowledging that, hey, look, we're going after the weaker party in this whole situation because we don't want to deal with the consequences of going after the other folks.
Hey, G, who all watched The Wire?
Of course.
I watch. Everybody should watch The Wire. Now.
Right.
Classic
Now,
show.
Multiple times. Times.
Classic scene, G. When Stringer tried to get Slim to hit what was it? Clay Diggs, right? Remember what Slim said? Slim said, "Killing a nigga ain't no thing." But this is that's downtown politician Clay Davis is different. You know what I mean? We are in agreement, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just acknowledging the reality of when you, like I said, when you hit a certain set of people, it come with you got to get ready for that. You know what I mean?
But then Quincy,
I
if
mean,
you not,
Quincy, well, hold on, Steve. I appreciate that, Quincy. We also saw what happened when we signed the bill of taking back the land, and Donald Trump came gun blazing. None of our brothers on the continent stood with us, bro. So we understand those consequences. So imagine that happening on a diplomatic level. So what more would happen to us when we have these people right in our street corners and the white man is dealing with us and they're right here? They're going to betray us, bro. So they gotta go, man. They gotta go, bro.
And that goes back to the being organized. I mean, they tried to stand 10 toes down, and Trump jumped in. This America.
So then, what makes a South African think that their efforts against black illegal immigrants are going to mean anything when these whites are ultimately still in power? That's what I'm saying. Like ultimately, it's like
it's the same point.
It doesn't really like equate to like a real needle moving move, because at the end of the day, the people that have oppressed you, that have put you in this situation, are still in the same position that they've been in,
and they will always
as a result of
recreate.
No, they're not.
They will always recreate the buffer class over and over again.
They're not in the same position.
But
no, they are not in the same position. You must understand.
Your government that's ran by black people versus white people.
Come on, let Kamu go.
Kamu win.
So they are not in the same position, G, because they are fighting. As I'm speaking to you now, white people via NGOs are fighting for illegal immigrants to stay because they are paying them, lower wages, and they are treating them as subhumans. Like apartheid, they are practicing apartheid on them because they don't have any rights. So now getting rid of them, it's gonna hit them in the pockets because they're gonna have to pay us if we do work for them. They're gonna have to pay us what is due to us and what is liable and consistent with the labor laws. So it's gonna hit them in the pockets, bro. We are making gains.
People said that about kicking immigrants out in America, that it was going to increase black jobs.
And then when them numbers got funny,
I'm just telling you that the data suggests that kicking immigrants out of America has not like helped black people in any sort of like.
Have you seen the videos?
The dynamic of America is way too fucked up, man. Let's be honest.
It's funny how y'all look for instant gratification and shit.
Right, dude.
Y'all look for instant gratification when y'all don't want to understand it. Y'all look for instant gratification. God damn, Black turns a boomer fool ass up. God damn. Shit.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
He turns a boomer fool ass up.
Hey, look, I've seen videos of brothers who do construction talk about how they've went years without seeing like black folks on construction sites, And in the last 2 years, they've seen brothers on construction sites in
Exactly.
more
It's
ways
like
than
when
they've ever seen.
y'all don't want to understand it, y'all look for instant gratification in it. But when it's something that y'all
So wait, so
want to understand, when it's something that y'all want to understand,
the black
y'all gonna
community's
give it
future is
time.
dependent on construction jobs.
Y'all gonna give it time. When it's something that y'all like.
Y'all telling me that the thing that's gonna move the needle for the black community is
I
construction
never.
jobs.
So you finna sit up here and shrink what he's saying? Like that's
No,
not what he said.
I'm not shrinking nothing. I'm making clarity of what was said.
That was an example of immigrants being pushed out and brothers
Man,
getting
niggas know
these
what they be
jobs.
doing.
But
bro.
what I'm
Niggas know
saying
they be
is,
doing.
Okay.
Quincy, is that the grand scheme of the community is not moving the needle for the community.
The black
Like
unemployment rate is double what it was a year ago.
this is my
Yeah, but those were government jobs that a lot of black women had. Those are like
I
office
mean, we're not
jobs.
even
that
talking.
is
We're
a
not even
piece
just
of
talking
it.
about the
That's a
women.
piece
The
of it. That's a
men
piece
numbers
of it.
have
But
doubled. Since
overall,
the men numbers have doubled.
it's worse.
Hold on.
First of all, all unemployment is doubled under what we got going on.
No.
It's like
We
y'all
have a
trying to shrink shit.
disproportionate
No,
increase in
speaks to the point.
unemployment.
It speaks to the point, Fat Boy, that like this idea of kicking people out does
And
not
then
necessarily lead
Quincy, I got
to
a
an
question.
economic
I got a
rise.
question,
Okay, so
Quincy.
no, you know what? Fuck that, because it's really my turn to talk.
Okay,
I
go
got a
ahead.
question.
My bad, Fat Boy.
I got a
You right.
question.
Go ahead.
Because ain't nobody asked this. Y'all
Okay.
sitting up here grilling this man about what he want going on in his country. Ain't nobody asked the question. How does bringing over all them damn Nigerians and shit help them? Since y'all want to push shit
It
back to the
doesn't.
white. Nigga.
It does not.
Steve. Steve.
Nobody said that.
How does nope, G, damn it. How y'all sitting up here, y'all done set y'all ass up here and y'all keep going around in circles grilling this man. But ain't nobody said y'all keep pushing the problem back to white people, but y'all ain't addressed the fact that them folks ain't coming over there to help them get the white folks out.
Not at
So
all.
why y'all keep trying to make it about that?
The white people
about
already
that.
been there though.
You
That's
I
missing the
mean,
already
it's
got
point.
all
just
this
like
shit.
America.
No, if y'all gonna keep on talking about the
Like
white folks, because let me tell you what
they took out
Nigerians
the
doing.
diamonds already.
Nigerians, what them Nigerians is doing, right? They doing the same thing that they do over here. Y'all see the white man punching down on the motherfucker, and y'all say, hey, let me join in on it. That's basically what they doing. Y'all not addressing that part. Y'all just keep on talking about this dumb shit, that all this bullshit that y'all keep bringing up. Basically trying to force this man to let these folks stay here. They don't have to do that, bro.
No,
Nobody said that
we
they
didn't
do.
say that. I
Nobody said that they
specifically
do.
came up here and said
Oh,
that.
I ain't talking about old man. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about the panel. I'm talking
Nobody
about the
said
panel.
that. Nobody on the
Hey,
panel
can,
said
hey,
that.
No,
But
no,
it's so many
no.
words. But
G,
it's so many
can I
words.
respond to that? Can I respond to that?
I didn't say
What?
that for
Hey,
sure.
what's up, Fat Boy? Hey, you know I rock with Fat Boy, but
What's up, my boy? Hey, what's up, brother Quincy? I ain't heard from you in a minute, man.
here would be
What up,
my
baby?
only.
Quincy sneaking a Discord every once in a while.
This would be my only like rebuttal to this, and like I just like had said this before the show, and this might be a good, whatever. But like when it comes to FBA, hell, when it even comes to like racist white boys, and like to bring it up there, like I get mad at like a person like Chud the Builder. I even told him for like he claimed freedom of speech, but then he still gets censored and kicked off all these platforms because like there's somebody who runs a big space of our media, and I think he has a bigger beef with that. And it comes to FBA, and we talking, and I get mad at them for like tether talk. It's because like there's a bigger issue that we have instead of fighting each other, and then that could go even to like the South American problem, where like instead of fighting the Nigerians, there's like a big, colonialism and imperialism that's happened over there for like centuries, and like there's a bigger problem other than like the other Nigerians.
And
I think it's a
I agree
common
with
thing.
that. I agree with that, but y'all sitting up here acting like these folks ain't been fighting white South Africans for the longest. Y'all sitting up here acting like they ain't been killing white South Africans for the longest.
Oh, so
Y'all
hold on.
ignore.
Let me
Kamu said he
ask
wasn't
Fat
killing
Boy. Fat Boy,
nobody.
hold on.
They
Let
haven't.
me hold on.
Kamu
Let me
said he
just
wasn't killing
lie,
nobody.
Steve. That's a lie.
let me
It's
respond
not
to Fat Boy
true.
direct. Hold on,
Literally,
Steve.
literally, they did a report on.
Steve. Steve,
They
hold up.
literally did a.
Bro.
Steve, hold up. Fat Boy. So, are you defending South Africans?
It
You
sound like
Pan
I am.
African,
Pan-Africanism.
No,
Pan
hold on.
African
Just
fat
hold on.
boy,
Just
It
I am.
sound like
Steve.
Pan-Africanism.
See,
Steve.
why
Pan
you gotta do that?
Africanism fat boy.
Steve, just relax. I just
See,
want to
why
hear
you
Fat Boy
gotta do
again. Fat Boy, so are you defending
Why
how
you
great
gotta do
South
that, G?
Africans
See,
are?
G, what G?
But Fat Boy,
No, hold on, Steve. No.
I'm
Fat boy,
defending.
fat boy.
Listen. I'm defending. Let me talk, bro. Let me talk.
You
I'm
are defending
defending.
South Africans in their honor, correct?
Let me talk,
FB
brother. Let me talk.
FSAA.
Can I respond?
You got it.
I'm defending tether fatigue. That's what
Nigga,
I'm defending.
you can frame it however you
I'm
want.
defending tether
You defending the
fatigue.
tether lands is
I'm
what you doing.
defending tether fatigue,
You
man.
defending tether lands. You
No,
are
I'm
talking
not.
about
No,
how
first of all, I ain't no
resilient.
such thing.
Hey, Fat
First of
Boy,
all,
white
No,
people in Africa are the biggest tethers ever.
Fat boy, you
first of
one of the
all,
first people to talk about how these
White
niggas
people
flee
in
their
Africa are
countries.
the biggest tethers ever.
nigga.
You want to talk about how these
Nah,
niggas flee their
nah.
countries, Fat boy. You talk about how they flee their countries. Now you talking about how resilient they are and niggas out for ages.
Y'all scared of the big tether, but y'all want
Fat
to
Boy,
fight little
you are
tether.
making Fat Boy.
What I'm saying is,
Ironically,
fuck little
you
tether,
are
fight
making
big
a
tether.
Pan-African argument.
Fat
I'm
boy,
not making
Fat
no
boy.
Pan-African
No, that ain't
argument.
Yes, you are,
That ain't
because
Pan-African.
you believe you
Pan-African.
believe all Africans have a right to self-determination,
Yeah, you a
and
fat
a part of
Pan-African. That's it.
self-determination is
Plain and
determining
simple.
who can be
Hold
a
on,
part
hold
of your
on,
board, who
hold
can
on.
be in your borders.
And
Well,
hold
I'm
on,
with that.
let me respond to Steve. Steve, I never said I don't support the idea of Pan-Africanism. Let me start there.
Oh hell
I
no!
never said. Let me talk, bro. Let me talk, bro. Let me talk, bro. Let me talk. Let me talk. I support Pan-Africanism in theory, but let's
Clip
be
that.
honest. That shit not real. It's not real. It's pan-survivalism. Y'all know it's
Are you trying to
pan-survivalism with
steal
these folks.
Kofi? You trying to steal
Y'all know
Kamu
it's
words now?
pan-survivalism, bro.
You
Y'all
stealing
know these.
Kamu? You stealing Kamu's takes now? Oh
Nigga, it's
my
the
god.
truth, bro. Y'all,
This
why
nigga
y'all can't,
Fat Boy
Kamu,
been a
he done
secret
bro?
stole
Why
your
Pan-African
y'all
the
thunder
niggas
whole
can't
time,
tell the
Kamu.
y'all,
truth?
bro.
Why
He been
y'all
a
niggas
secret
can't
Kamu.
tell the truth,
Pan-African the
bro?
whole
That
time.
shit
Why
he
y'all
was
niggas can't tell the truth? You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what
Kamu,
I'm
this nigga
saying?
stealing
Hey,
Why
your
y'all niggas
words,
can't tell the truth,
Kamu.
bro?
where the code book? Where the code book
Hey,
at,
Fat
man?
Why
Boy,
Pull
did you
y'all
that
put the
can't?
code book out.
citation? Did you put the
Why y'all
citation?
can't tell the truth, brother?
Can you tell
Why
the
y'all
truth of
can't
where you
call
got
shit what it
your?
is?
Can you tell the truth of where you stole your swag from? A South African?
How I still what?
Well, you
Nigga,
just
what?
stole your whole swag from the African.
Oh man.
Pan
That nigga
How
eat
did
survival.
I?
bushmeat, don't he?
How did I steal a swag? This
Oh
nigga
no.
just set up. First of all,
Kamu, I never heard
That's
no
what they said. Hey, that's what they
pan-survivalist
said.
Come on, back.
hold up. This nigga just
Who
set up.
else heard a
Hold on,
pan-survivalist
G,
until
G,
Kamu
G,
dropped it
G,
in the Discord?
G. This nigga just set up here on the panel for 2 hours with a machete, hot machete haircut, and you think I'm stealing this nigga swag?
You stole his
Nigga
argument.
said a hot machete
Oh,
haircut.
You
And you
stole
think
his.
I'm stealing this nigga swag, gang?
You
Is that
stole.
where we at?
You took
Is
his
that where we
lingo.
at?
You
Pause.
stole his argument.
You took his lingo. Pause.
No, it's the
I ain't
truth
never
though.
heard no
What he listen,
pan-survivalist. That's
listen,
Kamu
what
word.
am I?
That's Kamu
listen,
word.
I get what
listen,
that boy
listen.
saying. He's saying what the truth is. No matter who say it, the truth is the
Exactly.
truth.
That y'all can sit up.
Sometimes you just got to understand the truth and let the truth sit with shit. Cause a lie lay any damn way. That's what
And
it is.
Exactly, because
the
y'all
truth
sit
is,
like
we
I
scared of the
said,
white man here. We scared of the
these
white
not
man over there.
bruh, these Nigerians is not coming over there to help them fight white supremacy, bro.
Mm-mm.
No,
So
Nope.
why y'all they
I feel
not
you, Fat
coming
Boy.
over there to do that, bro?
I feel you, Fat Boy. You
Hey,
really
but
got a
real
I
talk,
disdain for the
understand that.
West Africans
y'all missed
over
the
everything.
opportunity.
No,
Nigerians.
G, I'm finna stop talking
Hey,
because he finna
y'all
do this
missed an
bullshit.
opportunity
He
because
finna do this bullshit, bro. He finna do this bullshit. And
G, y'all missed the
that's
opportunity because you focused on South Africa and not the problem. And
exactly.
you didn't
Thank you.
ask the
All
girl,
right, old
why
man, what's
are
the problem, old
Nigerians
man?
leaving us?
I just
What
told
Why
is
y'all
this
there's
so
a
called
common
why
problem?
are
problem in all of these
Nigerians
things. I
leaving
just
their
said talking
country
about
and
the
going to
problem.
everybody else's country? That's the problem.
No, I agree.
The
So
country
what's
is
the
But
racist
problem?
people and
Good, they would stay
imperialisms
there.
run all these
I
countries.
agree. What's the problem?
There
I
you go,
never
What,
said
John.
my opinion
what,
on it.
what,
You got
I'm
it, John.
probing. Pause. I'm asking
I,
questions, nigga. It's a show, nigga.
I
I'm trying
mean,
to
but these
break open a
people,
conversation.
what's the
bring
I
in
haven't
a
even
buffer.
expressed my opinion this whole evening.
These people
hey,
bring
guess
in
who
a
Trump
buffer.
like?
They
South
bring in a
Africans.
buffer class everywhere they go for this exact reason. So somebody mentioned Uganda earlier, right? They was talking about Uganda, and when
Yeah.
Idi Amin kicked out all the Indians, who do y'all think brought the Indians there?
White folk.
And why do y'all think why do you think that they brought the Indians there? because that's a
because
buffer.
they needed somebody to
Caste
somebody to
system.
work, and they
Caste
couldn't
system.
get the other ones to work.
They needed a buffer between them and the Ugandans. Let's talk about America. Y'all, everybody say about Asian people being in black neighborhoods. That's not by accident. They not choosing that.
No.
That's what white folks told them they could go because it was illegal.
But Steve, even the white,
That's
even
what
the
I'm saying.
Irish,
They
even the
allowed to put
Irish, the
doors there, I know
Scottish,
that much.
like
Yeah,
everybody.
even if you want to go all the way back, before we say the Italians and Irish is white,
Who
they
made
were a
South
buffer.
Africa South
There
Africa?
there was a white buffer class in
There was
America, the poor white.
but they wasn't considered white at that point. But they brought that
Exactly.
buffer class in to play the
Exactly.
same
Who
role.
made
Exactly.
South
White
Africa?
people
Who
didn't become white
made
until after
America
World War I.
America?
After
Hey,
World
can I-
War I, that's when
That's
they all
like
became
that's
white.
I think
Yeah.
like there's an obvious game.
I'm saying
There's an obvious game.
we talking about some
there's a-
obvious shit.
There's
And
an
these are both
obvious
British
game.
colonies.
There's an obvious game being played. And of course, I agree that everybody should have their self-sovereignty, borders, and all of that stuff. But as long as those people are in control of stuff, we never get to do that. It's no
Can I
way
ask a question?
possible we can do that.
Steve, it's so much easier to flex your power on people that have less power than you.
No.
I mean, you think about this is the United States of America.
Racist against Esmeralda that work at the hotel
This-
because she ain't got no
Whether
paper.
it's America, South
Trying to kick
America, South
Esmeralda
Africa.
out.
Hold on,
Somehow
hey,
they can
everybody,
avoid the
let me
white
talk to
folk.
Q. Everybody, let me talk to Q real quick. Hey, so Q, so Q, so Q. So Q. Let's say
Yes, sir.
all the South Africans, let's say all them get their bamboo sticks up, they spears, they slingshots, and they
David
go
and
over there to the
Goliath.
white South. Hold on. And they go over there to the white South Africans, right? And they kill all of them today. Is you gonna go over there and help them when the United States come knocking on their door? Is you gonna go over there and help them when Britain come knocking on their door? Is you gonna take?
I ain't gonna help Venezuela. I ain't help
I don't
Iran.
understand the question.
I ain't help none of them
Huh?
shits with.
Are you going? Is anybody on this
I
panel
don't
going?
understand
No,
this.
nigga, answer the question.
No.
Answer, since y'all keep trying to push
No,
back to that.
no,
since
my-
y'all
I'm not
keep
going.
trying.
I'm not going. Period. Whether they
Yeah,
go
like,
to
I-
Exactly. So why y'all?
What about
trying
when
to
Israel go over
So
there?
why y'all keep trying to make that point, bro? Like these.
Hey,
But we don't need
I don't
to
understand what you
hold on.
said.
We
I
don't
love
nothing,
hearing
bro.
Fat Boy defend South Africa.
This is-
I
this
love
is-
it.
But that's like the
this
middle
is
of
so-
you didn't say nothing just then.
Nigga,
No,
this
that's
is
not
so
shrink what a nigga
They're
saying.
such a great country.
Nigga
They
love
should be able
trying
to
to
do
shrink
whatever
what
they
a
Nigga,
nigga
want.
Fat
Hold
Boy
on.
must be
No,
listening to
but-
Tyler.
Fat Boy, you want me to say no? No, I wouldn't go over there after they
want
killed
some
all the
water.
white people to do what?
But we
What
don't-
am I going over there for?
But we
I
don't need to go over
understand,
there.
like,
Fat
help
Boy
me.
been dancing
So
to
hold on,
Tyler in the mirror.
Niggas thirsty. He
Yeah,
needs
So
some
hold on.
water.
Niggas playing dumb on purpose. Niggas playing
No, you
dumb on
didn't set
purpose.
up a good premise. Niggas playing
I got a
dumb because
question.
you made a dumb
If the
statement.
civil
I don't
rights-
understand it.
So, like I said, you
Okay.
didn't even fully listen to what I said.
I heard
You
you.
do
I can
know
repeat it
that
back.
if they kill all the, they can literally kill all the white South Africans tomorrow. But
Got
guess
you.
who's going to
Do it.
Guess who they gonna go to war with? The United States. Guess who they gonna go to war with? Britain.
Bad boy.
All these white countries are going to come over there and do something.
They came up with kill the boy.
So is
Fat
you gonna?
boy. Fat boy,
So
that's
is you
why I
gonna go
said
help them
earlier,
defend
they
they?
can't govern themselves. That's why I said they can't govern themselves. That's why I said
Why
that.
would I have to
That
go
they're-
over there
they're
to help them
unprepared to
defend
govern
themselves?
Because
themselves.
you
That's why
keep
they
trying to,
can't kick them out.
because y'all keep trying to make the point that y'all keep trying to push what they doing on them not getting white South Africans out.
Yeah, because they can continue.
Well,
They
no, I think it's the same. I think it's. Hey, hold on, Q. Hey, hold on, Q. Hey, hold on, Q. I think. Hold on,
Are
Q.
they gonna help us delineate?
G, hold on. Y'all ain't gonna like this. I think it's the same excuse. We're scared of that big, powerful empire.
Nah, they gonna
And
help us
like,
delineate.
we are over here. That's why we ain't did nothing, and that's why we do that. And they are over there. Both sides are. All of them scared.
So you think? Hold on. So you
Don't nobody like me
So
now,
let me
Q.
get this straight. Let me
They
get
help
this
us
straight.
delineate?
Let me get this straight.
Hey,
Let me
let
get
me
this
jump
straight.
in. Let me jump
So
in a
what you
second. Let me
saying
jump in a
is,
second.
what y'all saying is, y'all think South Africa, little old South Africa, should go to war with all the white countries behind them.
Little.
What
They should go. They should go to war with the white people in their country.
No,
I understand.
you bypassing what I'm saying. If they full out go to war with the white people in their country, You do know that all these other white countries are going to back South
In
Africa.
2020,
Hey, fat boy, fat boy. If they if they ain't kick out all the Nigerians, they might have help.
Bro, stop doing that shit, bro, because y'all can't never let a nigga fully get the shit out.
you
They
asking
kick
the
out all the
question, but then
Nigerians,
you
they
don't
might.
let nobody answer.
Let a nigga get the shit out. But
You literally proposing a scenario,
I
and then we
didn't
trying to
finish,
rebut
my
the scenario.
nigga. I
You
didn't
done laid the
finish.
scenario
Nigga
out.
trying to kick out the Nigerians and fight the white folks.
Let me finish the scenario, bro.
What else
Let
is
me
there to
finish
add to
the
the scenario?
scenario.
You literally said if
Let
they
me
fight all
finish
the
the
white people.
scenario, my nigga. Let me finish the scenario, bro.
Please add
And you
another
do know.
dynamic.
Hold on, now let me finish bro. Let me finish the scenario, bro. And when they go to war with all these white countries, guess who not gonna help them? Them surrounding black countries.
Because they kicked them out.
That's what South Africa. That's what Kamo
What's
said.
different about
That's what Kamo
FBA
said.
going to war with
Guess
the
who not
government?
gonna help them?
They kicked
All
them
them
out.
surrounding black countries, bro.
Because they
What's
kicked
the
them out.
difference between FBA going
It
to
Kamu
war
ain't
won't
with
eat.
the
because they
American
kicked
Kamu
them
won't
government?
eat
out,
no
bro.
jollof
Now
rice.
you niggas lying. It's not gonna be
Kamu said,
because
"Fuck
they
them
kicked them out,
Nigerians."
bro.
Why are they gonna help
He
Kamu?
wanted us to answer the question no more. Maybe it was rhetorical.
All right, bro. All right,
It's
y'all got it.
rhetorical.
Y'all got it,
Even
man.
if they
Y'all got
were,
it.
Okay.
even if they were to go to war, and even if those other countries was to come help them, the whole
I just can't
damn
believe the
place gonna
defense
get
of South
their ass whooped.
Africa.
Because those
Crazy.
number one have nukes, and number two,
Pan-African
they
boy.
don't have the artillery because all those countries it's illegal to have firearms. So how can they? You know what I'm saying? They
Chubby
can't even
Pan-African.
have guns.
Hey,
So who can they fight with the
Pan-African
sticks
boy.
and spears and slingshots? Who?
Hey,
They
Pan-African
ain't got
boy.
no guns.
Hey, Pan-African boy.
That nigga look like Rudy Gobert out there
Why he
defending
not?
South
Why he not
Africa.
answering me? Hey, Pan-African.
Circles.
Yeah, change his name to Pan
Hey,
African Fat
Pan-African
Boy.
boy. Why you not responding?
That's Rudy G.
Pan-African boy. Crickets.
Pan-African boy
Because
fly.
y'all got this. Because y'all
Pan-African
got
boy.
this.
Okay.
Y'all
Look,
got this weird gay ass thing
oh,
that y'all do
now
where
I'm gay. All right, look, okay, I'm gay,
if
but you
y'all don't wanna
Pan-African.
y'all
You
listen,
Pan-African
you
for
do
Niggas
sure.
gay for
realize
not
that this
liking
what y'all
Africans
You
did.
now.
definitely
You
Pan-African.
do realize
Niggas gay for
that
not
this is
liking
what
the
y'all
Africans.
did. You do realize that this is what y'all did to Camel the whole day while
No,
he was
no,
trying to talk.
no.
Y'all did this.
Kamu was
This
on here
this
getting the longest talk.
Kamu got his shit
y'all.
Kamu is
off
still
pause.
on the panel, y'all.
Kamu got his
He's
shit
still
off
on.
Kamu was
pause.
out here acting like Sean Thurman.
Hey,
All right.
Pan-African boy.
Hey,
Pan-African
Jay
boy.
just got off work. He got the work headphones
Pan-African
on.
boy fly.
Pan-African boy.
He
You
was
got to understand.
filibustering like a motherfucker.
The same thing you say about South Africans can be said about black people in America. So it's like you wouldn't accept that if somebody said
Yeah.
that about black Americans. So why are
I
you
wouldn't
making the same
accept what. Hold
argument
on.
for
I
South
wouldn't accept
Africans?
what. I wouldn't accept what.
It's like you're talking about you're making excuses for why South Africans don't attack the white establishment.
No, that's not what
Yes, you are.
what I'm
Oh
saying
no,
is
no, no.
what I'm saying is
You
what
are
that's not
making
what I'm saying.
excuses.
Quincy,
That's
you
not what I'm
literally just
saying,
said
G.
5 minutes
The
ago
same reason
that
we ain't
we
got
can't deal
reparations.
with white
Bro,
folks the
y'all
same way we
niggas
can with other
half-ass
black folks because
listen.
the consequences
Y'all,
different.
bro, y'all niggas half-ass listening,
They
then
do
y'all trying
have
to
ass
poke
listen.
holes in the easiest thing that y'all can poke
Quincy,
holes
you
in.
didn't say that?
Yeah.
No. Like
Bro,
Quincy,
you
you didn't say
y'all
that.
don't
crazy as hell,
understand
Can
bro.
I
the point
respond?
y'all are making
Can I
You
with
have to
respond?
other
fully
people
digest.
on
You
Let
niggas
stage,
don't
niggas
know how to
man.
rip.
fully digest what a nigga say, bro.
I don't digest
We
nothing from a
do.
nigga. Pause, nigga. I don't never
Okay.
digest nothing
No
from a
homo.
nigga.
You digest
Hey
information, bro.
yo.
Pause,
We all
nigga.
we all
That's not allowed. I
You
don't
see what
digest
I'm
shit from
saying?
another
You
we
man.
just
digest
made my
information, bro.
point. You just made my
Pause.
point. You just
We
made
digest
my point.
That
You
nigga trying to
literally
give
just
you a
made my
glizzy,
Nigga,
point,
G.
bro.
pause.
You just made my
It's not
point.
happening.
You
It's not
literally just
happening.
made my
hey, bro.
point, bro.
It's not
You
happening.
Hey,
literally
look.
just made my fucking point.
Yeah. Look. Hey,
You
when I was saying,
literally just made my
yeah.
point, my nigga.
Fat boy, hey,
Thank you.
fat boy,
I
Thank
hey,
you
think
fat
for
boy,
that
let me
doing
get it
like
real
that.
quick. Hey,
the
fat boy,
fact
Thank you
what
for
let me
the
get it
doing
real quick.
that.
conundrum, the question that he proposed is just the circle, because the reality would be that if they don't, or even if they kick out all of the immigrant blacks, those same white people that are backed by America would still have their foot on the South African necks. Like there's not a solution according to how you set up the premise that works for South Africans either way. Whether they kick out or kill all the white folk, or kick out and kill all of the black folk, you still have the imperial powers that don't have their foot on their neck.
Hey, Q, can
But
you
it ain't
elaborate on that?
the point I'm trying to say is them white South Africans been over there for I don't know how long. It's not on our time for
Not
how
that
they
long.
defeat it. Man, let
Yeah,
me
it
talk,
ain't
bro.
been since
See,
Almost
1800.
as
bro,
long as the white people been over
bro,
here.
let a nigga talk, bro. It's not on our time for when they defeat them folks, bro. It ain't on our time, my nigga. That's that man country.
Ooh,
Right, we're not trying to make it on
Yeah,
our
but
time.
the thing what I'm
bro.
the thing what I'm saying like this right here.
Yo,
They need to get
hey,
themselves structured to govern.
Pan
That's the
African
whole
boy,
thing.
wow.
They need to get themselves structured to govern. Until they
I
get
don't have a
themselves
problem. Why
structured
you
to
keep
govern,
trying
they
to do that
can't do
lame
shit.
ass shit? I don't have a problem with Africans, bro. I don't have a problem. I don't have an issue with Africans.
He
I
got a
just saying
problem
you
with
Pan
Kofi
African boy.
I got
and
a
Chuck.
problem with I got a
Why? You
problem
gotta
with
put why at
tethers.
the end.
I have a
Yep.
problem with tethers, bro. I don't have a
It
problem with
is.
Africans.
Me too.
There's a difference.
Me
There's a
too.
difference.
It's a
Me
big
too.
difference, bro. So why y'all keep
Major
trying to
difference.
do this whole
No,
Pan
but you
African
sound
boy?
Pan
And
African. You sound Pan African
I
is what you
sound
sound like.
I
Would it say
sound
nothing
Pan
wrong with
Hey,
being
African.
Pan African then?
I sound
You
Pan
sound
African
Pan
because I'm
African.
so I sound Pan
nah.
African because I'm speaking to something.
Pan
It don't
No,
survival.
even make
because
sense.
of your view. Because of your
No, bro.
view.
It's just a way to try to shrink what a nigga saying, bro. Let's just call it what it is.
Fat boy. They know what it is. They're doing what
Exactly.
they do.
It's just a
They
way
know
to
what
try
it
to
is.
shrink what a nigga
But,
They're
saying.
doing
yo,
what they do.
It's this.
so
It's
like
this.
inside like a technical sense,
You're
both of y'all
defending
did
South
say that there's
Africans.
consequences when you mess with white people.
Man,
No,
no,
hold
that's
on, hold on.
you.
Hey,
No,
let me. Hey,
let me tell you
That,
let me tell you what this nigga do. This nigga is the same nigga who will criticize these niggas for leaving their homeland, not being able to defend it, now making excuses for the fact that they can't defend it. Like, this is what
Huh?
I'm saying.
no,
That's
no,
what you got
no,
for what a nigga
no,
You
G.
saying?
criticize these
That's
people
like
for
No,
one of
G.
leaving
y'all
their
main
homeland.
go-to points
You
to
tell these
make
people,
is
you
that
tell
y'all
Man,
people,
they didn't
why
stay
don't you
home and
stay
bro,
fight,
home and
and now
fight?
we
niggas is
saying
too
Y'all,
fight,
small for
Why are
and
this.
you
you saying they
leaving?
this
really
is
Niggas is
can't
too
look,
fight
small
like
for
Why
that,
are
this.
you
dog.
Niggas
leaving?
is too
okay,
small for this,
Why are
bro.
you
Hey,
Niggas is
let's
leaving?
see
too
what
small
Trey
for
got to
this.
say.
hold
Why
Are,
on,
are you
are,
hold on.
are
Niggas
leaving?
South
is too
Africans
small
Pan
for
Why
this,
don't you
bro.
Africans?
stay
Niggas
and
is
fight your own
niggas is
You,
too
battles?
all
niggas
right.
is
Hold
too
on.
small for
Hey,
this,
let's
Why
see
bro.
don't
what
you stay
Trey
and
got
fight
to
your
say.
own
Please let me,
battles?
Hold
Niggas is too
please,
small for this,
old
Why'd
man
bro.
you
trying to say
leave your
something.
please,
country?
That's
I'm
a
just
good
gonna
please,
be
conversation,
quiet,
y'all.
bro.
I
I'm
ain't
Hey,
just
gonna
gonna
lie.
be
hey,
quiet, bro. Cause niggas
Why'd you
playing
leave your
dumb.
country?
hey,
Niggas
come
playing
on,
Trey.
dumb and
please,
shit.
Hey,
Hey,
come
Trey.
on, come
and
on,
you know
Niggas
please.
what's
don't like the truth,
fucked
boy.
up? You know
They
what's
don't like the
fucked up?
truth.
This y'all show, but the comment section is showing how dumb y'all
Please,
playing, and
please,
Hey,
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 Fat
Fat
Boy.
Boy.
no,
they
please,
Hey,
blatantly
hey,
Discord,
Fat
acknowledge
Boy.
Discord.
that
Last
Two
time me
how
and
niggas in
dumb
the
Camus
this
was
is
comment
talking,
right
Man,
here.
section,
it's your
nigga.
boy
It's
from
two niggas in
Discord,
hey,
the
I'm saying
man.
we
comment
had to
section. What the fuck
apologize
are
to
you?
Camus because you was
What
cussing
the
his
fuck are you
ass out.
talking
And
about,
we was
nigga?
like,
Yeah,
our
Man, you
bad,
talking about
bro.
the
that
guys from
nigga cussing
Discord?
Kamu out the other day,
And then,
calling him
and
all
then
kind
now
of
he
feathers
agreeing with him.
and all kind of shit. And now you down
come
defending
on,
his own
G,
Like you was
country.
Man,
cussing
come
Camus the
on,
What?
fuck
G,
out
you
a couple
damn,
Come
weeks
on,
ago.
man.
you
come on,
damn
How
show,
G.
you
you
how
Don't
damn
you
you,
put
don't
right.
you
down
I'll
the
not?
cut. And guess
respect?
what? Guess what? I'll cut his paper cut, haircut, having ass out, and cuss his
There
ass
we
out.
go.
Hey,
That's the
You
Fat
fat boy
Boy.
I
goddamn
know.
right. I
Hey,
don't
That's
give
the
a
Fat,
fuck
fat
hey,
about
boy I
none of
know.
that
That's
hey,
the
shit.
youth
It's
now.
Fat
just,
That's
Boy.
fat boy right
Hey,
there.
Kamu
Talk.
definitely don't got
Uncle
no
Fat
That's
brush.
Boy.
fat
That's
boy
the
right
fat
there.
boy I know.
Hey,
it's
he,
just,
hey,
it's
Uncle,
Kamu
just.
definitely don't
hey,
got no brush.
Uncle
It's
Fat
Definitely
just.
Boy.
so. No brush.
Hey,
And
Uncle,
KD,
No
but hey,
brush.
we got FBAs like that. KD,
Kamu ain't got no brush.
All right,
Camus.
I don't even know what kind of
Hey,
comb this
Camus,
nigga
Camus,
let him
use to
hey,
get through
say
that
it,
do
man.
shit.
conditioner exist over there, bro?
come on,
what about the
I
DMV?
ain't
come
know
on.
that.
That
I
nigga
don't know
need
what
a
even what kind of
that
comb a
nigga need
nigga
a
got.
hot oil scalp treatment, man. That
That
nigga
nigga,
Camus need a hot oil scalp treatment
Hey,
that
bad,
can,
nigga
hey,
man.
shit
can we
was
hear what
looking
Trey got to
authentic.
say? Hey, can we hear what
With a
Trey got to
leave-in
say?
conditioner.
Hey,
That
Put
All
nigga
some
right,
ready.
hey, Trey back in
goddamn
the building.
that
Hey,
put
boy
some
Back in
Trey,
the
shit
building.
goddamn
was
cow
looking
grease on that
authentic,
motherfucking head,
boy.
man.
Hey,
hey,
Trey back
Fat
in the
Oh
Boy,
building. What's
Fat
up,
man.
Boy,
baby?
can y'all run the show? Can we hear what Trey got to
Oh
say?
my bad.
Trey
Go
back
go
in the
ahead,
building.
Trey. Go ahead,
Where
Trey.
It's
is
called banter.
where is the
Oh, what's
shea
good?
butter when you need it, my
Hey man,
nigga?
we in the weeds now. We going to the after
That
show.
nigga needs some something stronger than shea butter, bro.
Come on, come on.
man.
Hey, what up, Trey? FBA Trey, what's up, baby? FBA
Hey
Trey, what's up,
yo,
baby?
what's good? What's good, y'all? What's up, y'all? Long time no see. But I think if Kamu did brush his hair, that'd probably be a good way to distinguish from the, the tethers over there.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Are you?
That nigga
hey,
started with that.
But
Hey,
I'm
at least he
surprised.
keeping it real. He not gonna get up here and defend South Africa like y'all niggas.
No, I am defending South Africa.
Oh
I think that,
wow, we got
yeah,
Pan-African
yeah.
trade. Wow.
No,
We
that's
got
not Pan-African.
FSAA
Hold up.
Foundational
That's crazy.
South
That's right.
Africans.
Before y'all
We-
jump in, you're telling me that if I agree with Nigerians South Africans to tell Nigerians to go back to their homeland, that makes me a Pan-African? Damn, I've been
Dumb
a
shit.
Pan-African this whole time. So if I
Exactly.
want Nigerians to go home from America too, am I a Pan-African?
Do you believe Nigeria should have sovereignty?
Yes. You think South Africans should have sovereignty?
Yeah. So
Okay,
you're a
then.
Pan-African.
So that means that they should be
And
able
I
to
think
support their
that's where
borders.
I
The
think
people
that's
of
That's
what.
what
South
Pan
Africa
Africans
don't
that
have
you got to
sovereignty
ask them.
because
Does
of the
you think
white
But
ruling
everybody
but
classes.
if
in
you
your
say
country
somebody should
has
have
sovereignty?
sovereignty, that
No,
Black
because
means.
it's not
Americans
just
don't have
limited to
sovereignty because of the
Africans.
white ruling
But if
class.
you say
There is
somebody
a
should have
commonality in
sovereignty,
all of this
so,
that we keep on
sovereignty
fucking missing.
is sovereignty is being able to establish said borders. But
That's
we
what white folks
understand
are.
that
That's sovereignty.
there's an impediment to
Oh shit.
all whether we FBA, there's an impediment to us having sovereignty. There's an impediment to them having sovereignty.
So,
And the only agreement is we get rid of whoever is causing us to not be able to practice self-determination. We get rid of them. That's the only agreement that
Steve,
has to
man,
be
all
agreed
right.
Steve.
So
upon
I
in
mean, I
Come
got
Pan-Africanism.
you.
on,
So
Steve.
so you're saying that
Come on,
South
Steve.
Africa belongs to the Boers, the white man, right?
It
And you're
belongs to
all
South Africans.
no
Kill the
no no
boer. That's
no.
what
You're
they
saying
wanted to
that
kill the
since
boer.
you're saying that since the white man controls it, the South African black people shouldn't worry about their borders because they're not sovereign. Just like we're
They're
not
not their
sovereign
No,
over
borders. They're
they
the
FBA.
should
white
fight
man's
for their
borders.
sovereignty.
They're literally the
Okay,
white man's
okay.
borders, though.
So all
Britain
these
wrote
Because
niggas,
as
all them
long
borders in Africa.
as
They're
long as
because of
we don't,
Europe.
All set up
as
by the
long
white
as you
people.
don't
Yeah,
have
they
any
are.
type of
All the
sovereignty,
That's
borders.
why there's a
them,
lot of wars because it's the white man's borders.
so
as
you're
long as you don't have any type of sovereignty, them people can pass legislation tomorrow and make every Nigerian in that country legal.
Steve,
so
man. Come
I
on,
so
mean,
you're
we
Steve.
live in
saying that
America. It was a point in America in the 1980s where the president literally went on TV, signed a piece of paper, and made everybody who was illegal in the country legal.
None of them
yo, I'm
black
just
people
trying to
picked
follow
them
If
your
borders. None
logic
of them
real
black
quick
people
though.
picked them borders.
if you don't
Yo,
have no type of sovereignty, you don't get to
They were
pick your borders.
imposed on them.
What I'm advocating for is people
man,
fight for
Steve,
sovereignty. I don't see how
Steve,
that's a
Steve,
man, I
controversial
might
Yeah,
need to
how
topic.
be
does it make
filibustered a
sense?
Steve,
little bit,
Because the
man. Like I
so-called
get it.
Steve.
$5 Indians didn't pick their borders,
Yeah,
and they're
but hold
supposed
on.
to have sovereignty.
Let me
Well,
talk to Steve for a quick second,
yeah, go
man.
ahead.
Steve. Once again, I'm not. I've never said that you're wrong, but you have such a. Is it macro or micro? With your
I,
overall view.
it's an
No,
idealistic. It's an
no.
idealistic view.
It's
Just follow.
principle.
Just please, just follow me, man. Because I understand what you're saying, but there is stuff happening every day on the ground. Like Kamu said, they interact with those Africans every day in person on the ground. You're not addressing that part.
But that's not any
You're talking
different.
about the bigger part. No,
That's not
but
anything
Man,
unique.
let that
That
man finish, Steve.
you keep ignoring it. You keep ignoring
But
it.
that's not anything different or unique that the black American
I
is
never,
saying we
I never
experience.
said it was. I never said it was,
The
Steve.
black American is saying we
Steve, I never,
experiencing depressed wages. We not
Steve,
getting jobs. They
Steve,
stealing
I never said
resources.
it was. All I'm
No.
saying is, Steve, all I'm saying is your solution. I've been telling you this for a long time. Your solution is the bigger solution, which we do need to address. In the manner we need to address it, but it's everyday shit that goes on the ground when these people are interacting with each other face to face that needs to be addressed. And you keep going past that to say,
Because
"Hey,
that's hustling
go talk to
backwards.
them." No,
That's
it's
hustling
not. No, it's not.
backwards.
You got
No,
to
it's
address it
not,
on.
bro.
No, it's not. You gotta address it on both fronts. You gotta address it on both fronts. You gotta address it. You gotta get with your politicians, get with your leaders in the community, and get them to do everything you're saying to do. But you also need folks on the ground right now on the streets, day to
Where that
day,
ain't got us.
dealing with these people. We haven't done it because we bought and sold by the black managerial class. So Steve, we're not
Where that ain't got
disagreeing,
us.
Steve.
There's no
Steve,
class consciousness. There's no
Steve,
type of like.
Steve, we're not disagreeing. You're ignoring what I'm saying. I agree with what you're saying, which is we need to do the greater level thing. You keep ignoring the stuff on the ground,
No,
and that you keep ignoring that
the
like that's
stuff
not
on
happening.
the ground is a byproduct of the grander thing.
All right,
We
Steve.
live in a world in
All right,
which people
Steve.
especially in America, we live in a country in which the capitalist class is chasing the lowest cost of labor for as much as they can.
All
And
the
the way in which
information
they
that you
do that and
giving us, Steve,
facilitate
we
that
all
is by
know. You never
continuously
give a
bringing in a buffer
solution,
Right.
class.
And you
Steve,
Unless you
what?
saying you're gonna wipe them and get rid of them,
colonialization.
Steve.
as long as they have power, the
Hey,
buffer.
Steve. I'm gonna tell you a real life example right now with me. Right, my wife has an ottoman that I had to get redone. Right, I went to an Asian guy. The Asian guy said he'll charge me $300 to do it because I know he got somebody in the back that's gonna do it for the low. Right. I went to a black man, a black American man. He said $400. Right. I paid the black American man to do it just because I I know he don't have access to that cheap ass labor.
Capitalism
That
don't work
that
like that,
But
though.
Quincy,
that
you're
that no,
the
but that's
one-off.
what,
So many
but
Americans is not
What I'm
willing to
saying
take
is,
that sacrifice,
I
and
know,
that's
no,
why
Cap-
we in the
but
predicament
no,
that
capitalism
but
we
don't
in
what I'm
always
today.
work, dog.
saying is no, but I'm saying is that's on the ground. That's on the ground. That's what's happening in
And I
everyday life.
agree.
This
In
this ain't
in
this ain't
every
talk.
hold
This ain't
on.
talking to
In
this ain't
every
talking
day, in
to
every
politicians. This
Quincy
ain't
hold on,
talking
privilege
to
ass just
judges.
brought up an ottoman for niggas in
hold on.
everyday life.
Black
I'm sorry,
black
I didn't grow up with ottomans. I
and
don't
hold
Bro,
on,
know.
niggas
Quincy.
paid
Niggas gotta
300
stop
to
doing
fix
that,
it
though.
too.
I
Niggas
know.
gotta
Quincy.
stop
300 to
doing that,
fix the
bro.
ottoman is
Niggas
crazy.
gotta stop
The
doing
Ottomans,
that, man.
400
They
to
Ottomans were
playing
Ottomans
dumb.
400 to
Y'all
fix the
playing
ottoman
dumb.
insane.
Quincy, let me
He
tell
said
you
they
this,
God
get
forbid a
Quincy.
bit.
man have an
Every
I'm
day,
ottoman,
just
man. That's
saying,
fucked
They
man.
had
up.
to buy a new
Black is
ottoman.
not
He
getting
got
your
it fixed for
ottoman fixed,
400. That's
nigga.
crazy.
but
Yeah, you're not
Everyday
supposed to
life is
talk to
not
black
getting
men
your
about
ottoman
ottomans.
fixed. Like,
That's
but
let's
crazy,
Quincy,
be
Black
bro.
men
real.
don't
I,
get
The
I
ottomans
was
ottoman
talk.
only
Right.
I
I
was
Supposed to
only
agree
be
bringing
with
talking
that
you.
up.
ottoman.
I agree with you with the dynamic, but that's the point I'm making is that we are forced to then choose between our economic survival or supporting a system in which eventually it leads to our economic downfall anyway. As long
D.
as you got a class
Okay.
of people who
Listen,
willing to
listen.
perpetuate that over and over again, Trump could come on TV tomorrow and say everybody in the country who here is legal. And
Qu-
that's it.
No, he can't. He
Quincy
can't do
Yes,
an
he
said
can.
everyday
executive
life is
Ronald
order.
getting
Yeah, he can
That
do
can't
that.
be an
ottoman
Ronald
executive
fixed.
He
order.
can.
Reagan Ronald Reagan did it. Ronald Reagan did it.
So
Yeah,
you can
He
it
do you
signed a
can do
piece of paper.
amnesty
He
with an
made every
executive
person in
order.
the country
Let me look
legal
that up.
with a stroke of a pen.
You
yeah.
can do amnesty
But
with an
Steve,
But
executive order.
he tried.
But that's what I'm
but,
But
saying.
listen,
Unless you
look,
change,
look. Out of go ahead.
I,
but
Everything
because
that
I agree.
everyone keeps saying,
Hey fellas, let me do this real
everything
quick.
that everybody keeps saying.
Hey
All right, go ahead.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let me get into
The
that
You
gang's
show.
can't
all
I
grant
here.
think that
amnesty with a
this
with
conversation is not
electoral.
going to end anytime soon. But
Ronald Reagan did it, Trey.
No, I just looked
Steve,
it up. It
Steve,
says you can't do that, bro.
Ronald Reagan did it.
Ronald
Steve.
Reagan did do it.
All right,
Ronald Reagan did do
With
it.
an
Hey, yo,
executive
hey,
order.
Just
hey,
mute
He's
hey.
him.
correct.
Just mute him,
He's
Q.
correct.
there we go. All right, so again, fellas, we're gonna make our way to the after show. This is a conversation that's clearly not going to end anytime soon. But with that said, this has been a fun episode of Unpacked. We explored the whole South African conflict that's happening. We heard from a Nigerian, we heard from a South African, we heard from the panel. We seen some old familiar faces. We had some new people pop up. But with that said, this has been a great show. Shout out to Johnny, G, Steve, the Peacemaker old man, FBA Trey, aka David Walker, Camu, Fat Boy, Quincy, Unk, Desi, and A Black. With that said, we out. Peace.